up, everybody?
Hello.
We got Michael Thompson back up in this bitch.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
He's got a mic this time, too.
Uh-oh. Unfortunately.
We're watching some UFC fight night and just bullshitting, pretty much. So, what else is that, dude? What'd you say you directed?
Blue Velvet and Mulholland Drive.
Okay. We were talking about
He's made a lot of stuff.
Twin
David Lynch.
Peaks. If anybody's ever seen that show.
It's my favorite show right now.
I said when I was in North Dakota, I binged the shit out of it. So it all kind of blurs together. And it's weird because the old episodes like mixed with the new.
There's a lot going on.
I just remember that one like vivid like episode to where it was like real trippy. Like
They're
super
all like that, yeah.
But
And the music is definitely off-putting and different. And the music is the weirdest music I've ever heard. And the visuals are pretty much like the music. It's all different. Nothing else is like it.
I remember
so
like
cool.
some of the family drama, like in like a hotel or the resort, or in like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the not the mayor, but one of the big hot shots of the city owns the hotel.
I remember like a love triangle between a couple people.
Oh yeah,
I said just bits and pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't it start with like a dead body or something?
That's the main thing. Yeah, it's a murder mystery.
And is it all based on that one dead body, or is there more shit that keeps happening?
It's based on that one that starts it, and then they realize that dead body is kind of connected to another person that someone tried to kill, but she survived. So it's connected to other stuff. But,
okay.
Yeah, it's kind of complicated, like you said. There's so much shit that goes on, so many characters, and
that's what I'd have to. Is it on?
I haven't finished it.
Is it on the Netflix still?
No, I think it was on Max. If it was on anything, Max. But I don't know if it's on anything anymore. I bought it on DVD, but yeah.
It was on Netflix when I watched it, I think. But that, like I said, that was fucking like 2017.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, like, it's so weird, like just like different. The whole vibe.
And then he's back in the new ones, right? The fucking detective.
Yeah. Kyle MacLeod or whatever his real name is.
This, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fucking rewatch it.
He's the best. He's my favorite character. Is Detective Cooper.
Cooper.
No, Special Agent Cooper. Sorry.
Yeah, that's now that I'm looking at some of the pictures, like this little waitress chick. Like I remember her.
Most of the show revolves around coffee and how good coffee is. That's
He's a big coffee drinker.
Like,
isn't he?
Yeah. Look at all the pictures. They're all drinking. Every scene they're drinking coffee.
That's my life, dude. At work, they'll give me shit. Like one of the girls counts my fucking coffee. Like how many times I go and fill my coffee up. They're worried about my caffeine addiction.
Oh my god. Shut up.
Coffee don't really bother me anymore though. Like I've been drinking those Alani drinks and I'll start fucking feeling weird off like 200 milligrams on an empty stomach.
Never had it. Oh yeah, but yeah, I can't drink too much coffee. It wires me.
Yeah, you've never been. Like I got friends that are big coffee drinkers, but I've never seen you like kind of going hard on coffee.
In the Army, I did. Yeah, I would drink like 5 cups in the morning or more. Because we had nothing to do. And we'd be like in meetings, and we'd just be so bored. And so you just like, all right, I'm going to refill my coffee cup right now. And go walk over there and get some coffee.
If I don't get my coffee in the morning, it like throws my fucking routine off now.
Yeah.
We got coffee pots at work, though. So if I don't have time to make it, I just I know it's there.
So is it already brewed, or do you have to?
They have like a company that brings the shit in. Our janitor, our deaf-ass janitor dude. Fucking,
he's deaf?
You'll be like right next to him. And I'll be like, how's it going, man? His coffee's good. Oh! And he just does act like he didn't say anything. And then other times I'll like, I swear he has his hearing aid turned up some days and some days not. Some days I'm just like, hey. He's like, hey, how you doing, man? I'm like, bro, I tried a fucking conversation with you the other day.
That's funny.
And then we had a little like presentation thing the other day, and they gave like a charity fucking check away. So we all had those like streamer poppers, and we were all popping them. And I was like, bro, we're sitting off a rage, and this janitor, and he's like just sitting in the corner, grumpy as fuck.
Flashbacks.
I think he is military because they hire like former veterans for their. Yeah. Well, I guess it would be veterans, former military. Yeah. Remember when you used to say you were future veteran of America, like the FFA, but
yeah, I made it. I made it, baby. I wasn't lying.
You weren't?
No, I don't remember saying. I kind of remember saying that, but Now I do, but not until you said that.
So Cody just gave me he gave me a copy and Gavin a copy of the Book of Five Rings.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Hey, let me know when you guys dig into those books. Like, we're gonna read a chapter a piece and then kind of break it down on the podcast. So I think is what we're gonna do.
Nice.
And then have Cody on maybe to talk a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But
Cool.
he was like, I want to know what Gavin's thoughts are on that quote. So I was like, oh fuck, Cody probably like highlighted a quote or something in Gavin's book, maybe my book. So I opened Gavin's first, and it's like something about utilizing like all your weaponry, and you're a fool if you don't, and something like that. And Cody like wrote it on the notepad. Well, I opened mine, and it's have you ever seen it's my quote from I don't remember saying this, but I know I had to. It said, have you ever seen forearms on an 8th grader like this?
Oh my god.
And I'm sure I said that at one point.
Talking about yourself?
Talking about myself.
I kind of remember. I feel like I remember that. You had some help.
Dude.
You had a nice pair of forearms on.
I did a lot of fucking little wrist curls on jerking. I'm a left-hander now, so mixing it up. My left's a little big. What else did he... We had so many fucking stupid quotes we used to say.
Yeah, I just remember you wrote my history book a lot, or my homework, changing answers.
Oh, I was just because me and you shared a locker.
Mm-hmm.
All through high school, pretty much.
Yeah, I forgot where my original locker was.
Like a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So we just moved Mike in. We would fucking kick that thing shut. Shit be trying to fly out.
That's funny.
I still remember our locker combo, bro.
Oh, really?
I don't remember our
Oh, my
locker
God.
number, but I remember our locker
What is
combo.
it?
It was 36 to 32.
Huh. Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just one of those weird fucking numbers that have stuck with me.
Uh-huh. That's funny.
I know we had a bottom locker.
Yeah.
I made the mistake. I had a bunch of cool MMA stickers one year in there, or magnets, and I left them in there because we get the same fucking locker every year. But I didn't know they like completely clean out the lockers, and they threw like all my badass magnets away. I just remember being like, shit.
Yeah, that sucks. I didn't know they did that.
But yeah, I remember we used to race each other's answers. Was it you that got called? I got called. I think I got called by Mr. Patton.
Yeah.
And because either you or Shorty roast, it was one of you guys, and they put
I don't remember.
it was
what
like
he wrote.
blue balls as one of my answers. And he was just basically like,
I think that was the right answer.
he was basically like, I know this wasn't you that did this, and he's like, it's pretty hilarious, but he's like, you can't be doing this.
We
got a lot. I feel like we got a lot of that. Like this, pretty hilarious. But.
Yeah. Because I mean, we were. It was actually funny, so they liked it. We weren't just being dicks, just loud assholes. There was substance behind it.
Like Samuel L. Jackson says in Pulp Fiction, personality goes a long way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yours definitely did. Further than mine.
It still gets me by today. I feel like
yeah.
I feel like being likable is
The best asset.
a pretty asset. Yeah, if you can, like, even working on a team of people, if people just like you, it'll get you so far before you have
good
to
advice.
the rest of the
That's
stuff.
true. That's very true. It's more important than the actual skill of what you're doing, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to feel like that's always been my thing. Everybody always kind of like working with me. I don't really cause anybody any like extra stress or anything like that.
No, yeah, definitely.
Carrie tell you otherwise, probably, but
Yeah.
oh, who we got? Okay, so I got the underdog here. I think I put money on Garimbo.
Is that him?
Yes, I believe so. Let's see who he's fighting before I fucking.
How much did you bet on him?
I put 20 on all the dogs basically. So I bet
All together?
100 together, but I had 2 free $25 bets that I did. Uh-oh.
That's gonna throw his game off.
Either throw his game off or
Make him fight
yeah,
harder.
I've heard both in stories.
I feel if my mom passed away, I'd be like,
Okay, so
I
I'm
wouldn't
for
care.
this. Man, I want to say I was for Brahmage, but I think this was part of my parlay, so it don't really matter anymore. But this Brahmage dude has fucking good ground game. But I think I did a lot of research on this card over the week, and
you got
both
good
these
ground
guys,
game, you said?
both these guys are pretty grappling heavy. I think Garambo, if
He
I
looks
remember
like a
right, is a
stand-up guy.
wrestler, and then this other Brahmage is a fucking good jiu-jitsu guy. Both have good takedowns, actually.
The white guy is the jiu-jitsu guy? Or the black guy?
Yeah, I think the white guy. The African guy seems more wrestle heavy from watching his past fights. So I really think this one's going to be very grapple heavy.
Okay. He looks kind of like he's got
Unless
Czech Congo look to him.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a scrawnier Czech Congo.
Dude, Czech Congo was a freak back in the day,
yeah.
dude. He had pecs like that were fucking size of shields,
Dinner
dude.
place.
Yeah, see, we're already on the ground. That's. But every now and then, when you get two guys that are good at grappling, they like it cancels each other out, and then you get to like Damian Maia versus Ben Askren. You just seen like a straight fucking
hugging match or
slugfest,
what?
dude. Yeah,
Oh, they fight. They stand up.
Yeah, it was like awful stand up.
I got it. Okay.
I mean, not awful, but
Yeah. Doesn't Ben Askren get his ass kicked by everybody in stand up?
Askren in one FC was a fucking terror, dude. And then he got knocked out when he came over to. Well, he went against Lawler, right? I think Lawler was his first match, and that was that like
I don't really know.
crazy one where Lawler like came out, like picked him up, like rocked him, picked him up, and slammed the shit out of him, and somehow Askren scrambled out with like a bulldog choke, like an old school just front headlock, and
got him?
I think he got Robbie to tap off it, and it was just like 30 seconds of chaos. And then he fought, I don't know if he fought Maia or Masvidal first.
Did he have a celebrity fight?
Who's that?
Ben Askren.
A celebrity fight? I would like.
Did he? I thought he got beat up by like a.
Oh, he
boxer
fucking
or
fought
something.
Jake Paul.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Nice, yeah.
I forget about that. I tried. My brain like fucking deleted that as soon as it happened. Like, and I'll just show you this little 20-second. Like, not awful, but it's not. You got two elite grapplers striking with each other.
Yeah, that's
like,
funny.
look at that.
That was awesome.
Oh shit, son.
Spinning back fist, baby.
What Ben Askren's back fist of doom. Go look that up on YouTube.
It was like a tornado twist.
Dude, there's probably so many
Arms fully extended while spinning.
Okay, here we go. Dude, there's so many shit riffing on Askren. This one's 3 minutes of Ben Askren doing what he calls striking. Also being a nuisance to Dana White.
Everyone calls it that.
Dude, that's a Ronda. I think that's Ronda with his fucking...
He looks like the singer of Cold War Kids.
Oh, damn, son. Getting leg kicked out of this world. Dude, he was such a good... His old wrestling, though, like the funk style, he had such a cool style of collegiate wrestling.
Funk style?
Yeah, it's called the funk, is what he called like his...
That's interesting.
He had just his own kind of different way he did things.
Unlike anyone else?
Yeah, I mean, it started getting
There's that
emulated
spinning
more,
game.
but he was kind of the first guy at a high level you were seeing use that style.
Did he win the highest in wrestling? Whatever that
Let's
is.
see. I know he was definitely... Askren wrestling credentials.
What's the highest... What's the best thing, I guess, besides the Olympics for wrestling?
But not besides the Olympics would just be like a national champ, NCAA champ.
Okay.
So Askren was 2-time NCAA champ for Missouri and a 4-time NCAA finalist.
Nice.
So he made it to the finals every year. Askren made the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games in freestyle. So I guess he didn't place. He just made the Olympics. He was 19. He has a record of 19-2 in martial arts. That's what I mean.
That's
Like
really good.
he was fucking. His only 2 losses are Masvidal and who else did we say beat his ass? I think Maya might have beat him.
Okay.
So and then he got
Jake
starched
Paul.
by Jake Paul. Fuck, dude. I don't even think he trained
That's
for
so
it. He
funny.
did not train for it.
He must have thought he was probably just like, whatever.
Yeah, I
And
think he
then-
was like technically like kind of injured, didn't really train for it, and just thought.
Yeah. He's not a boxer.
Yeah,
though.
you know.
It's like, looking at that stand-up, it's like his stand-up's going.
Well, he probably thought the same thing about Jake Paul too, kind of
Well,
like,
yeah.
dude,
I mean,
dude's
a
not
lot
even a
of people
fighter.
did. I
Like, I'll
did.
be all right.
Yeah.
But he's
Maybe
looking.
more.
Speaking of
Yeah,
fucking,
they
he's
look
looking
good.
thick,
Both of them, yeah.
but not in a
does.
good way. Like they just had their press interview.
I saw it, yeah.
I don't know,
He
man.
was
Maybe
putting his arm out like this right in front of Mike's head the whole time.
Mike's like
Mike's just chilling the whole time. That's
Mike
my man.
seems very chill, which I think he's just older.
He's
now.
old Mike, chill now.
But I think
he's done biting ears off.
Did you? So I did. I was just known. Here, well, let's pull this up too, because I seen this for the
I
first
know
time.
Mike's gonna rip his head. He's gonna punch his head right off.
Because we were young when when Holyfield and Tyson fought, and the whole ear thing happened. But I remember hearing about it.
Mike was still pretty fresh back then. He was
Did
still
you
a
see
young
why
man,
he
though.
did it though? I never actually seen.
I
Holyfield was
know, I
fighting
just thought he
dirty
was
as fuck,
pissed.
dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, watch. Let's see if I can find this little
I
clip.
just know you don't fuck with Mike. That's all there is to it.
versus Tyson. Dirty. Let's see if we can get it. Yeah, bro, check this shit out. Let's see if we can skip.
He doing nut punches and whatnot.
Nut punches, fucking, yeah, low blows, headbutts, like charging in with his head.
Yeah.
This one's long. I just want to see. I don't know if we'll find it.
So you think it was just? Well, I mean, it's hard to justify biting somebody's ear off, even if they punch you in the nuts. But so you think it's kind of almost
not
justified?
I wouldn't say it was justified because you're still under fucking the rules, so you still can't bite.
Don't
even
bite
though that guy is
ear.
also, you're not supposed to headbutt either. But
That's a different level, though. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean,
He was probably just so angry.
he like
couldn't help
Holyfield
himself.
every time like they would come close together. You know how Tyson liked to be like right up on you. He would charge
Mhm.
with his head first, so he headbutt the fuck out of him a bunch.
Yeah.
And then there's like multiple times on the inside, he like uppercuts Tyson like in the nuts, and
Okay.
you can see just like Tyson get more and more frustrated every time it's happening, and he kind of like looks at the ref a couple times, like what the fuck, dude.
Hey.
And then that's when he ends up like finally gets close to him, and he just fucking reached over and bit his ass.
Yeah. Mike's my boy. He can do no wrong.
No, besides rape people, but we'll forget about that.
He was acquitted.
He was, I think. He was acquitted. That's the one thing that gets brought up about him that people forget, that I'm always like, oh,
I totally forgot
you can't really
about that.
argue back against that one. You're kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah. We love Mike.
Was that one case or more than one? Because I don't really know a lot about
I don't know a lot
Was
about
that his wife?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know the whole story, and I haven't even honestly looked it up. I've just seen people that are older than us. Anytime Tyson gets like glorified, I have one guy
Rapist.
who's a cool dude, but every time he gets glorified, he always brings up like his pedigree.
Mm.
He's old. He's wised up a little bit.
Oh,
he's
definitely.
humbled now.
Oh yeah, he's so calm.
But I don't know, dude. I don't know how I feel about that one. Putting on Netflix. I don't know. I'm like watching the video of their press conference. Like Jake Paul had his sunglasses on the whole time. He looks bloated as fuck.
You know he's gonna be training though. He just
I know
on.
he's training. He's just trying to put. I do agree, but
He wouldn't do that if it would risk him not being able to move.
no. I mean, he's gonna lose some, but I think he knows he can't be smaller than Mike.
Oh well, he's a lot bigger than Mike.
Yeah, frame wise.
Mike looks small now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He still looks good.
Height and frame, yeah.
But I just don't see Mike like not being ready for it. I don't think he's gonna
it's
take this
Mike
fight
Tyson.
unless he's ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, you never.
And then you
count
compare
Mike
it to
out.
the Roy Jones fight, but that's
He
also
made
Roy
look
Jones.
like a wop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's
If you're a
what,
betting person,
57,
I don't
right?
think you touch.
57 to 27.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I don't think you touch it if you're a betting person, just because it's so.
Tight.
Boxing already is crooked as it gets.
Really?
And then I feel like Jake Paul stuff always feels like just no matter. I haven't watched one of them besides him lose to Fury's little brother that I was like, oh, this is fucking set up.
I didn't see that. It was obviously set up.
I don't know. Some of them like he fought
That's
Anderson.
so messed up.
Him and Anderson fought, and he beat Anderson. He fucking, I don't know if he wobbled Anderson or dropped him, but
Yeah.
he
You talked
decisioned
about that
Anderson's
with Gavin,
level.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So and Anderson's fucking one of the best. Like he may not be a boxer, but that dude, striking wise, is fucking. And he's not in his prime. In his prime, he's been different.
Yeah.
That's my only knock against. He's not fighting guys in their prime. He's fighting guys that are out of their prime.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, it's a gimmick kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's cool, but I want to see like.
Yeah, it's not like he's not a badass.
I want to see these old guys fight other old guys. Like when did Vitor Belfort fought? God, was it Bernard Hopkins? Did you ever watch that one?
No.
Let's see if I can find that.
So
like, highlight.
Vitor was he's MMA, right?
Yeah, he's
and
been
then
doing
Bernard
a couple.
was boxing, right?
I think it's Bernard. Don't fucking. Let's see, Vitor. Was it Holyfield?
I don't know. Holyfield was before Bernard, right?
Yeah, so it was Holyfield. We'll watch the whole fight because it's not very long. Holyfield definitely probably shouldn't have been taking this fight with how old he is.
It's a boxing fight only, or
it's a boxing only.
Okay.
So I don't know how exactly old he is taking it, but I mean Vitor's not young. I mean Vitor's out of his MMA prime, but look at Vitor, like
He's looking good, ready to go.
he was a
He's
fucking
hungry.
killer, dude. Not he was fighting at like 18, just like looking like a fucking pit bull.
Right, like Tyson.
Yeah, I think this one made a lot of people feel bad for Holyfield.
Hey, he asked for it.
And this was on that weird fucking I think it was on that weird card where like Snoop Dogg and Trump were there, and like Snoop Dogg's rolling blunts like on live TV,
That's awesome.
and all of them are just smoking it.
That's
So
cool.
it was nuts, like kind of like a circus. Fun though.
Uh-huh. All about that money. Love that money.
Vitor kind of what if you watch him, he uses the clinch a little bit, like he'll clinch with his front hand just to pull the head in, and then
Get
he'll
dirty.
throw like kind of like MMA, yeah, just a little dirty, not enough to where it's like you're hanging, but just enough to kind of pull the head into your punch.
Well, I mean, he's boxing with. You can't even. I mean, like, you can't take anything away from.
No, it's Holyfield, no matter what.
Yeah, he's the one that I'd be worried about because Holyfield is a world champion boxer.
He's just
But, yeah,
he
right
kind
now
of
he
came
don't
out of
look like it.
retirement for this fight, and a lot of
Yeah,
people
okay,
thinks
yeah.
he shouldn't have, but
Yeah, he's getting his ass whipped.
he just didn't have the legs about him. But yeah, it is still fucking Holyfield at the end of the day.
Yeah, he was the best.
But
one time.
Vitor is another specimen at the same time.
Yeah,
Oh fuck, dude, that big ass uppercut from him.
yeah, he looks good. Holyfield's still bigger than him, wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, definitely bigger frame. Like you can tell Vitor like tried to thicken up for the fight. I feel like.
yeah. Is that it?
Yeah, he pretty much. This I think he drops. Once you're dropped 3 times in one round, it's over in boxing. And I don't think Vitor's boxed since, but I'd like to see more boxing from him. I thought he looked pretty slick, especially against Holyfield.
Yeah,
Even
he looked great.
a little older, but told you this was gonna be a grappling heavy one. They're still fucking cage wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, UFC St. Louis is pretty sweet. You see Derek Lewis mooning the crowd and all that shit.
No.
So he like knocks the dude out and then takes his shorts off like he always does because his balls is hot. Fans the dude with his shorts like while the dude's still on sleeping, and then like throws his mouthpiece in the crowd. Then he digs his fucking cup out, throws his cup
my
into the
God.
crowd, and then he fucking pulls down his pants and moons the whole fucking
That was
place.
awesome. That was awesome.
It's pretty sweet. And then Buckley,
That's really cool.
like all the St. Louis guys won. I was gonna put a
Nice.
parlay on all 3 of them because I'm like St. Louis
Why not?
boys, and
Yeah.
I went against my gut because I didn't think Buckley was gonna win. He fought some Uzbekistanian like killer who's like was
They're good
supposed,
right now, yeah.
and he fucking took the dude down, like pounded him for 3 rounds, pretty much.
Yeah, you should have went with your gut.
I know, should have did the St. Louis boys. So that was the only. Well, there was one other fight. It was Mainfield fought this New Zealand dude, Olberg, I think is his name, and it was like the 3rd fastest knockout in UFC, which was cool to see. But Mainfield, I had all my parlays right up to that motherfucker, and gets knocked out in 12.
Big
Like
pick.
everybody's going crazy, and I'm just like
Oh.
sitting there like stinging. I'm like, damn it.
That's funny.
But dude, they were fucking good
How
fights.
fast was it?
Just 12 seconds, I think.
12? Okay.
Yeah. I guess St. Louis broke the fight night gate out of any fight night ever. So
What does that mean?
more ticket sales than any other fight night, and
okay.
like more attendance.
Cool.
So we're probably getting a pay-per-view, I would guess, in the next year or two. So we're probably gonna get some like a big card. We'll probably have Sean Woodson on there again. They'll
Where
probably
was it?
stack it with. It was at where the Blues play, the Enterprise,
Okay.
and we had like you
They
have your.
just put something on the ice?
See, I don't know how they fucking do that. They put a whole thing over it because they do concerts and stuff there too.
Is the ice always down there?
I think the ice is always
Okay.
down, but I think they have a flooring that like goes
Oh,
over it.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but
Okay.
that has
Just
to be.
interesting.
You would think it would be
Just
like
curious, yeah.
hard to do it the other way around, like ice it
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah. Get rid of the ice, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's actually a fucking good question. Where they park the Zamboni?
Yeah, they got to move it out.
Oh,
That's
dude.
cool. You make sure. Are there set places that are like MMA fighting places where they're always just set up, or do they just put
So,
them in like hotels and
Like
shit?
where they're fighting tonight is in Vegas, and it's the Apex Center,
Okay.
and it's like they started using it for COVID, and they
What do you mean for COVID?
when they couldn't like book arenas and stuff, so they opened up. Well, it was like Fight Island they opened up, which was in like Dubai, and they would actually have, I think, some people there. But then they opened up this Apex Center, and they
So people could watch.
yeah, like that. Well,
while
they
COVID
basically
was
only
going on?
have commentators, fighters, coaches, and like
Okay, I
media,
gotcha.
and that would be like it.
Mhm.
And now they sell seats, but it's like super limited. Like if you look you can hear all the coaches talking.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
can hear the
can't really
crowd,
see
like what
anybody.
little bit there is,
Mhm.
and there's not much. Some guys like it better because they feel like it's more like fighting at the gym, you know.
Gotta be more calm environment.
But
yeah.
then some people like thrive off that like
All the
pressure,
time,
you know.
oh, yeah.
So
Fuck
I think
that.
I would like it better.
Calmer,
But, yeah.
not so. Yeah.
But
energetic.
then at the same time, like sometimes I think you need those nerves to like bring out the best in you. Sometimes.
Mhm. And probably once you did one like this or a couple like this, you'd probably be all right. Let's go to the fucking.
Yeah, especially if you had like
big
some
show.
big badass knockout, you'd like be like,
Ready to
damn,
go.
dude, like
I
a
want
crowd
this.
full of people
Uh-huh.
would be sick.
Definitely.
Damn. I haven't watched a whole lot of the fight, but every time I've kind of looked over, I feel like Corimbo's been kind of on top.
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention either. Does that make you? Are you hopeful for Gavin if he stays?
Dude,
To
well,
think that possibly you could have.
I told him we were walking because we met. Did you see
a
like the little Oompa
potential
Loompa ref?
champ.
The ref that was like his height that we met.
Oh yeah, he was fucking ripped.
He's the Jack.
Big
Well, and we brought
biceps,
him up
damn.
on the podcast one time. We call him like the Jacked Oompa Loompa.
Okay, yeah, he's.
And then we
huge.
seen him there, and I
okay,
was like,
yeah,
"Oh
I saw
shit!"
that.
And he was cool. He took a picture with Gavin like
Mhm.
right away. But usually we'll run into fighters in the lobby. Like last time I went with my dad, like I was like looking around, and I walked past like at least 3 or 4 fighters I knew were they're like in suits, and like I knew recognized like one like I think it's Zach Cummins, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Recognized him like right away. But I didn't see anybody this time besides the ref. But I told Gavin, we were like walking through and there's so many crowded people, and like you seen the ref getting like kind of swarmed by people for pictures. And I was
Mhm.
like, just think like one day you could be such a famous fighter that you can't even walk through here to go to the bathroom without
Yeah,
getting
if you want
stopped.
that.
you know?
Yeah.
And he was just like, but it was cool. He got
He'd
to
like it,
see
though,
like
probably.
how the show works, and I think I think he really liked it. He wasn't as excited as I was going in, but afterwards he was like wouldn't shut up about it. So
Okay.
I think he enjoyed it.
That's so cool.
I tried doing a podcast with him. So I planned on like this last week we were gonna break down the St. Louis card
Mhm.
and just talk about like his reaction to it.
Mhm.
But I fell asleep early like Tuesday night and Thursday night, so I woke him up early Friday morning like 5:30, like an hour before he's supposed to get up to see if
Yeah.
he wanted to do it. This motherfucker, like we're like, I've asked, I'm like, how was UFC at St. Louis? You have fun? He's like, yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And like, so I'm like breaking down like the fucking card. I'm scrolling through like all the fighters and like taking my time.
What do you think of that one?
I look over at him and he's asleep,
Oh
bro.
my
across
God.
from me. I
Little
just was like,
baby.
hit stop. He like opens his
Come
eye and
on.
he's like, what? And I'm like, bro. I was like, you have said 2 words this whole podcast. And then
He's tired.
he ended up waking up. Today he wanted to do one.
Yeah, I know. I wish you were here with us, Gavin.
Once we get the Mike situation figured out, we'll have to get him in on it.
I know. Well, shit, I'll sit in the back. I'm not podcast material.
Oh shit, you're doing good on this one.
That's because I force myself.
Oh man. Yep, he won it. I was right.
So he was the underdog, or no?
No, he wasn't.
Okay, so you're losing.
I didn't bet on
You're
there.
right.
This was in my
Okay.
parlay, so it's already.
Okay.
What's
Didn't
her?
matter.
Angela Hill already messed that up
Yeah.
for me.
Guillotine.
She's a bad bitch, though. So
Yeah.
let's see. See any good movies lately?
Man,
I ain't been watching a whole lot of movies.
my memory's so bad with movies because I just watch shit on TV and I don't even know what the fuck I'm watching. But I know I have. I saw Dune in theaters. Dune 2.
It's good?
was good.
I never even watched the first one. It's
Yeah,
kind of
they're
slow.
good. They're slow, but I read the book, so I was interested in them.
Every time I try watching, it's like late and it just don't work out.
Yeah. They're long too, so.
I know they had those popcorn buckets that were kind of popular.
Dune popcorn buckets?
Yeah, they were.
They got worms floating
No, bro.
around in them?
Tell me what the first thing that comes to your mind, like what you think about Dune when you see this.
I don't have my contacts in, so hopefully I can
Oh,
see it.
it won't take it. You don't need them in. What do you think about this little popcorn bucket they were selling for the Dunes movies?
Is it like
Is somebody gonna stick their dick in that? Or is
Yeah.
somebody gonna stick their dick in that?
Yeah, dude, that's a flashlight with a
Yeah, those were pretty popular.
unappealing mouth. Yeah. Huh, so you stick your hand in that thing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, very weird.
So is that, what is that? It's like a, is
That's
that
the mouth of the
it's like
worm.
the Sarlacc pit from Star Wars is what it reminds me of. Is this a Star Wars ripoff kind of?
I mean, they all are. Yeah, they all rip each other off. Well, this is David Lynch made Dune, the original Dune. The guy that we were talking about.
Oh shit, really? This is Sarlacc pit right here, bro.
Oh, nice. Oh shit, yeah. That's
It's
good.
what Swallow Boba Fett. See,
Okay.
not as cool looking in there. Like, what is that? That's not intimidating. That's like a turtle mouth.
Yeah, looks not fun.
Yeah, you don't want to go.
What's it called? Sarlacc
The
pit?
Sarlacc pit. Yep. That's what Boba was stuck in and ended up getting his way out of.
Oh my god. He crawls out.
See, the Boba Fett show. I already kind of. It's one of those that
He had a
was
show?
worth watching. He has his own
Oh my
series
God,
on
he's so
Disney.
Lame. Oh no, wait. I'm thinking of fucking. Who's the slime? Who's the worm? The big fat worm. That's not Boba Fett. That's fucking. How do you know?
Oh, you're talking about.
He had what's her name as a slave.
Yeah, Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, I was thinking of him the whole time.
He could have his.
My bad.
His like what you see with him
That's why I
in
was
the
making
series.
squirmy noises.
It's like you see like the Hutts were kind of like a mafia family,
yeah,
so
okay.
you'll see like other Hutts throughout the Star Wars stories, kind of.
Okay, I know who Boba Fett is now. Right?
Yeah, Boba was I feel like Boba was more badass when he had more mystery to him, and then they kind of brought the show and explained him a little more, and I feel like kind of less of. I mean, he's still a badass, but I feel like him being more mysterious and not knowing as much about him is what kind of made him cool.
Yeah, I think that's with anything. Yeah,
Trying to see.
makes him a little more human, almost.
Yeah, he's got like feelings.
He's normal.
and-
He's just a normal.
He
guy.
cares about like. He ends up getting in with a spoiler alert, but it's been out for fucking forever. But he ends up getting in with the Tusken Raiders.
Oh,
and, like,
no.
He ends up being able to speak and like cares
Not the-
about some of them.
Okay.
I know. You know those guys. Whenever you're fucking pod racing.
Oh my god.
I've been watching Warrior. Okay, bro. I put my other one back in there. Grab me one. Warrior. It was a Max show, and they moved it over to Netflix after it got canceled. So I'm hoping it's getting watched, and that I'm hoping it's getting watched and it gets picked up again on Netflix. I didn't know it's like supposedly a Bruce Lee series that I did not know. So I don't know if it's based off loosely of some of his writings. I'll just show you a little fucking trailer for it. But it's set. Oh, where are we at? Skip the ad. It's kind of got like old school. It's like when the Chinese were coming over and helping build shit, and like the Irish were coming.
Looks like Kung Fu Hustle.
It is like it does have Kung Fu Hustle vibes,
Yeah.
but not funny. There are some funny parts, but
She's gonna come out with her cigarette and.
there's like multiple gangs in this fucking little town. But then the cops are fucking, like a lot of them are Irish. They don't.
Okay.
They're like murdering the fucking Chinese, like the locals are.
And they're so outnumbered too, right? You'd think the Chinese would just be like,
When the
no,
Chinese do stand
fuck
up, like
you.
nobody can really stop
Right.
them when they're doing their shit.
Yeah.
Like when they're actually fighting each other. But there's like a bunch of politics,
Irish are
people taking over the
badass.
different shit. It's not as good as Shogun. It's a little more like corny. It's got a comic book feel.
Okay.
And Shogun's like a little more like serious. And,
Yeah. I
but
had to bring that book for Brian.
yeah,
Shogun. I told him. Like,
yeah. Dude, I think I got 2 more episodes left. I've been slowly fucking watching it. It's fucking getting so good though.
it's just like the book so far. I've
And
only watched 2 episodes, but
I
yeah,
heard
it's
they're
awesome.
not
It's so
like
good.
I was curious if they were going to continue the story, but I heard they're just planning on leaving it like it was left, like just
like the book.
like the book and the I guess the original movie or show that they did back in the day.
Okay. I didn't know they did a show on it.
Yeah, I didn't. My dad said when he was little, he remembers watching it with my grandma. They did they had their own little show too. But this one's pretty, like I said, kind of corny, but it's funny because the dudes have hatchets and they wear the black, just like fucking.
Dude, I'm
like,
telling you,
you should have
Kung Fu
fucking.
House. They just it's like not as good as Kung Fu House.
It's like
just
serious.
watch Kung Fu House. Because that was one movie I was like, this is the dumbest thing ever. The first time I watched it, I'm like, this is not good. And then you watch it again, you're like, oh my god, this is the funniest thing in the whole world.
So is Kung Fu House?
It's when they're like running down the street and they're doing angular
No.
running.
I remember that's the one with Betty, right? My name
Betty.
from henceforth.
No, that's a different one.
That's Kung Pao, right? Because there's Kung Pao and Kung Fu Hustle.
where he's beating up the cow and shit. That's
Okay,
Kung
yes,
Pao.
and
But that's
then
also funny.
The
Jake
one we're
Tykeman
talking
would
about is the
also-
one with the blade, like the hatchman.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're very similar.
I get them mixed up, but
Jake Tykeman would also always talk about Kung Pao. He would crack me up. Yeah, the Betty.
he's like, "What are you, the leader of the large, dark nipple people?"
Yeah,
Just like some of those fucking quotes are so
Uh-huh.
funny.
And the filming's all crackly and it looks old. It's meant to look like an old film.
Yeah, and the bad mouth dubbing of some of the
Oh,
people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's so. I've been wanting to do like I've thought about wanting to do a podcast of like movies because Gavin hasn't seen like shit. Kids at his age have like the worst attention span. They've grown up with like just fucking clips of stuff.
Yeah.
So it has to be like quick and funny, and they move on to the next thing. It's so hard to get him to like sit down and watch a whole movie through and like actually like a movie for its storyline and like same with games. The motherfucker will like. What do I have him play? Oh, he started to play Fallout 4 the other day. And it's like the
First
opening,
time?
Yeah. It's the opening scene, like you're getting your family to the bunker and shit.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And he's like
You're,
trying
making
to,
your
he's trying to
crease.
skip through like some of the like cut
Yeah.
scenes, and I'm like,
I
bro.
would do that too, but yeah.
I know, but I feel like I
But no, I
always was
agree
into
with
the
you,
story.
yeah.
But kids are
No,
so
yeah.
bad nowadays, and I feel like there are certain movies I can get him to sit down and watch, but it has to be super fucking funny.
Funny, huh?
He
That's
loves
the
like
thing,
the
comedy.
Jackass movies, like.
Yeah. Well, that's
But
like
that's
pretty
kind of
much
the same
like,
thing. It's
there's
just like funny
blips,
stuff over and over.
quick blips.
I'm trying to think of like a.
We need to watch Gangs of New York with him because that's like my favorite movie.
Yeah, bro, that is a fucking.
He's
good one.
old enough now. That's not that.
He would
Gangs
like.
of New York's
no.
not that bad. It's
He's
just
seen.
fun.
I took him, bro.
killing.
He was like. Hold on.
That
let me
movie,
think.
that
Hold on. He was like. Way too young to take.
To see which one.
Whenever John Wick 3 came out, I took
Again,
I
yeah,
took Gavin to see it in movie theaters.
That's a little bad. Yeah.
They were like,
I guess. Yeah.
but Gavin's never like. He's
He
not one of
won't
those
do
kids that
nothing,
cried
yeah.
and move. He's been going to movies with me since he's like 6 months old, and he's never thrown a fit in a movie theater or cried once.
That's cool.
So he was always easy to take. But
babies
yeah,
are
I remember.
annoying.
I think I got some looks taking him into that one though, like because I'm walking in.
You're like, shut up. He can't. He doesn't even know what he's looking at.
He did though. We watched 1 and 2 before we went. So.
That's funny.
But I don't know. He was probably he's one. He's always played like fucking bad video games and watched whatever
That's
I
how we were.
watched. That's part of having
That's how-
young parents.
Yeah.
As
I grew up
Carrie's
like
a little
that.
more strict on what like. She makes me cover Ezra's eyes if there's like a real bloody scene in like a
Yeah.
movie or something like that.
Yeah.
But then every now
that's
and then
good.
he'll be watching something with me and fucking something slips through and I'm like, oop.
Yeah, it's not a huge. I mean, at the time, I'm glad I did it, but now looking back, I feel like I'm kind of like desensitized
We
to all
watched
kind
some
of violent
some
stuff
stupid shit though.
in a bad way.
Our
where it's
fucking that whole like it's a lot of people our age. It's not. I was gonna say like some of our friend group, but like I've got guys I work with now that are our age, and they've all seen the same fucked up videos that we seen because that was like what was cool is like all those websites that showed all that shit. And I remember we weren't so much into it. But we had buddies that were. So if you were over at their house, like
Yeah,
they're like,
it's
"Bro, watch
off-putting,
this
yeah.
shit," and you can only take so
definitely
much. Of,
wrong,
like
but
some real the one that always sticks heavy with me is the dudes with the knife, the two
Screwdrivers
guys
or whatever, and
yeah,
the
3
hammer?
guys and a hammer and a screwdriver.
where the guy had the bag on his head or whatever.
yeah, and they like straight up murdered that dude.
Yeah, in the woods.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that shit. Yeah, that shit.
Same, yeah.
I feel like I could have gone without
It's
watching.
wrong, yeah.
I kind of tried to tell Gavin that I was like, don't
Yeah, it's not
don't
cool.
watch certain shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like the
Even though now I still listen to. That's all I listen to. Is like
well, yeah.
Murder
It's good to know
podcasts.
that. In a way, it's good to know that
But-
that evilness is out there, but
You
for
don't
like
need
some
to
people at a certain
fixate
age,
on
you
it.
should have that. You don't need to know that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too much.
But I don't think that's as big nowadays as I mean, you still get shit
It's
going
good.
viral. Like, did you see this one? Like, I think it was this past week. The dude like jerking it at the gas pumps. Somebody videotapes him and he takes
I
the
feel like
fucking
maybe I did see
gas
it.
station nozzle and sticks it up his
Oh,
butt, bro.
no. Oh my god. No.
I
I
don't.
feel like people do that for attention nowadays. So I don't even believe. I'm just like, whatever, just another.
I think this might have
crazy
been a like
person.
delusional homeless guy,
Mhm.
kind of. Because once he seen somebody's videotape of me put the fucking gas pump back up,
Well, what do you think in a public gas station? Somebody's gonna be seeing you.
It's gonna be hard to find. I feel like I bet they got this shit banned. Maybe we'll find a blurred version. Oh, these are all people probably getting like fucked up at gas pumps and blowing up gas. Look at this fucking guy crashing into one. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna show, but yeah.
That's okay. I'll survive.
Yeah, it's blurred anyways. You don't get to see. They said he got the podcast I was listening to that got brought up. They're like, dude's got a dick on him though.
He's packing.
So he had a big old homeless dick on
Good
him.
for him. God bless him. Already co-main.
That's what I mean, dude. These fights.
Last time we did this, we were.
Well, that was
3 o'clock in the friggin' morning at this.
That
point.
was a pay-per-view.
Oh yeah,
and it
weren't we late? Wasn't it already recorded or something?
We were like a fight late, and then
then.
the main card didn't start till like 8:15 or so. So this main card started at 6, and the prelim started at 3 because it's a fight night.
All right.
I don't remember if I have money on this one or if was part of my parlay. I got money on the other guy. This guy's Chaos Williams. Dude's got fucking power, dude.
He looks like little Mike Thompson. He looks scary.
Dude, but the guy he's fighting,
looks ready to go.
Harris. I watched, like I said, I did some research on him because this was one that I was kind of back and forth on who I was picking.
He's tank. And he looks like he's not very friendly.
And I cannot remember if it's in my parlay or not, but I picked the other guy because I watched one of his fights, dude, and he got his ass beat for the first 2 rounds and then pulled off a fucking, like, wicked anaconda choke. And then a couple of his other fights, he's fought. Most of his fights I watched to him, he's fighting big, strong fucking dudes like this guy. Yeah.
Okay. He looks a lot more relaxed.
So I'm thinking as long as he can avoid the power, I was feeling like he might be a little more durable.
I mean, it's not like he's a small guy. He's bigger than the other guy, actually.
Yeah, like frame-wise. But, yeah, you're actually totally right.
Mm-hmm.
The other guy, like camera on him, he looks more muscular.
Right, yeah. It just looks like this guy smoked a doobie before he walked in the ring, and the other guy's like a pit bull that hadn't eaten for 2 days.
One of the guys I train with at Wolf Den, his name is Devin as well, but shout out to Devin Bird.
I-N?
O-N.
Okay.
He's got some color to him. He said, you're the only white, when I met him, he's like, you're one of the only white guys I know named Devin, and I started thinking about it, and I'm like, I guess that kind of is. Well, yeah, Devin.
Shout out.
But Devin Burgess, he won the 155 Nemesis title last night. Dude, he's a beast wrestler. But we're hanging out, like out after class and smoking with Brian, and I was like asking him, like, hey, bro, like, what's the testing like? Like, do you have to quit smoking, like, up to your fights? And he's like,
yeah, right.
Like, bro.
That's what Joe Rogan said.
Well,
he said nobody would be able to fight.
I think in UFC, yes.
Okay.
I think.
Why would you think it was any different, though?
Well, I guess on the regional scene, the testing's not really the same, but he was like, bro, I'm high when I fight. And I was like, well, exactly. I'm like, that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah. Okay.
But I know, like, I think UFC.
So you were surprised that he was able to smoke?
Well, there goes my guy.
Yeah.
Chaos landed
Mike Tyson
the power.
Won.
He landed the power. Oh, dude,
he
was holding his
smoked
head.
a little too much before.
He was too chill.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad those girls won me my money early on, like my betting money back.
So you're back to normal, hopefully. Back to zero.
Fuck, I don't know what we were talking about. That knockout fucking threw me off, son. Oh, I don't know if it's going to come back. Sorry, everybody, if we were deep into it.
Yeah. That's all right. I feel like Joey Diaz.
Oh,
you never know
we were talking about smoking and fighting, but yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, like, later, I know, like, they say Diaz tested positive, like, for some of his where he had to be high during his fights. But I think you can have so many, like, metabolites of it in your system. So I think you can really, like, smoke to the day. They just don't want you being high when you're fighting, pretty much.
Yeah.
But fucking Nate Diaz had, like, a fucking 7-year suspension for that shit, dude. Bullshit. That's why we got, or Nick, I mean. That's why we missed, like, the later, like, the later parts of Nick's career, like, were
spent that really why
on suspension.
When Nate took off, he was kind of quiet, not because he.
Yeah, like
because
Nate was
like
blooming, like starting to become big.
I've always liked Nate better.
Yeah, Nick was serving like a fucking 7-year suspension for weed. Fucking
Whatever,
stupid.
they're the
dude.
OGs. Who cares? He's a gangster.
I'm ready to
I'm
see
sure
him.
he's got plenty of money.
I've seen he's been like getting in shape again. He took that fight against
Nick?
Lawler. Yeah, Nick did, and it got beat.
old.
But he was injured going in, and a lot of fighters will like take a fight because insurance will pay for your injury if you you say you got injured during the fight or it tweaked it during the fight.
Okay.
So if he didn't like have the money to pay for it, I don't know this for sure, but that's what a lot of guys. If you don't have money to pay for the surgery, you just take the fight, and then say like you got fucked it up during the fight, and then they'll cover your.
Smart. Where'd you hear that?
I think just different fighters podcasts and them kind of talking about it because it's the same way.
Just
like
another scam.
Like even if I fight, even in like those point tournaments, like you're covered by their insurance to where if you get hurt that day, and you're supposed to go to the ER that day and like report it, but their insurance will cover part of that whatever that is if you have to have surgery or.
Right.
And so I would imagine the UFC is probably like a lot better of insurance.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Interesting.
But yeah, so sometimes I think that's why like guys that don't have a lot of money will take certain fights injured.
Especially Diaz brothers, like it's just another day. They don't care about that.
They'll scrap a Dollar General.
Probably, yeah.
I think the main event's the only one I didn't really have any stake on. And that's Barbosa, which he's the underdog. The guy he's fighting that is undefeated. I think he's like 13-0.
Oh.
So it's kind of either a welcoming party for him or he's.
I'm gonna have the other guy because I think isn't Barbosa like 55?
He's not that old, but he's been around a long fucking time. But he's still been knocking motherfuckers out.
Yeah.
He's still got that like.
I'm sure.
If he catches you with the knee on the inside, he'll collapse your ass.
Yeah. I gotta take a whiz.
Take a Wiz Khalifa. I'm gonna look up some upcoming movies. See if we got anything good. Michael's draining it. He's killing it on the mic, by the way. He acts like he isn't good, but he's doing great. Let's see here. To stay away from the trailers. I feel like movies like this that release a bunch of trailers, if you watch too much, you fucking get too much of the movie.
Right.
I'd rather just be surprised by some of the shit.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
New Bad Boys movie, Ride or Die.
Again, no.
The last one wasn't
Will
that
Smith
hot.
can go burn and fucking hell. For real. He's garbage.
Dude, yeah. I feel like
for how he did Chris.
How he did Chris, all the fucking bullshit with his shit with
regardless,
his wife.
He's
not. Yeah, I feel like he portrayed it like
his movies
he was a
are great.
Way. He's a great actor.
I've always said I hate him, but I love his movies for real.
No, yeah, he is a
but
great.
No,
actor.
I don't like the Bad Boys though.
Did you the original ones though?
No, not
you didn't like
them.
the original ones either.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure they're good.
Mike,
they're always, I'm sure they're good, but no, it's just not my style. Maybe if they were. I don't know if I can even say that.
Oh my god.
No,
like Starsky and You're saying Starsky and
I
Hutch?
didn't say that. What are you talking about?
Oh my god. No, I loved the first couple ones, but that last one it was basically just a shit one action.
Was
shit
that the one
scene
with the Jamaicans?
And Martin Lawrence
shit?
is bloated. He looks like a bloated dead body.
What else?
Like that.
He always has a blue streak in it.
Believe that. Blue Streak's one of my all-time favorites, though, dude.
Yeah,
I bet I've seen that.
That's like one of our connections.
It's weird that you'll meet somebody else that's like knows that movie so well.
Man,
Luke Wilson.
So
I was just thinking about Luke Wilson.
I've never gotten all up on anything, sir.
You put a little juice to your ride, a flow to your ride. This is the LAPD. We got guns and shit.
It's a cesspool. What?
Dude, just random quotes from that movie will pop in my head. Like, if I'm making ramen noodles, it's always, put your hands on the oodles and noodles. And he's like,
chicken or beef?
Chicken or beef? Yeah.
Miles?
Dude, Chappelle was great in that. Like I said, Luke Wilson was fucking really good in it.
They're great in everything, though.
Who do you like better, Owen or Luke? I was thinking about this to myself the other day.
That's good. That's a great question. That's a really good question.
Because I was thinking, like, I actually think I like Luke's acting better than Owen's acting, but Owen is in better movies.
I don't know about okay. Yeah.
I think Luke makes the movies he's in, but Owen is in, like, bigger movies.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
I think Owen is more bigger, yeah. I don't know if I could. I think you're onto something with Luke being maybe better, a little better. I can't call it on that one. That's too close.
I think I'm more of a Luke fan. I do love Owen. Like, You, Me, and Dupree, bro.
Oh, man.
That movie gets me every time. He has some like good ones. Hall Pass is great, but Luke's got
good. They've got all the.
Luke's got old school.
Yeah.
Let's think.
They got all the Royal Tenenbaum guys. Shit, like he's my guy. Wes Anderson.
I wonder what they were like growing up. I wonder if they were like big theater kids or if they were kind of like.
They got an older brother too, who's funny. He's in some stuff. He's in Whip It.
Okay.
It's a.
Is that the roller derby one?
Yeah.
Okay. I think
coach.
I've seen it.
He kind of looks like me. He wears a headband and he had long hair. And he wears cut-off shorts and everything.
I think I remember. He's like on the cover, I think.
Mm-hmm.
What's another good movie that popped up the other day that it's kind of one of my like psychedelic feel-good movies? Like when I'm coming down, I like to watch it.
Dazed and Confused sounds like that.
That's a good one. What is this? It's the one about the it's got Steve Carell in it. Little Miss Sunshine.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Is it Little Miss Sunshine?
I downloaded that. That was one of my
That's such a feel good. Like it takes you on an emotional roller coaster ride. I think that's why I always liked it when I was coming down.
But it's not bad emotion. It's all good emotions.
No, yeah, it's a feel good movie. Like in the end.
So good.
Yeah, I love that movie.
The weird brother, Paul Dano, who's like John Lennon, the weirdo. He's interesting.
Yep.
Yeah. All that shit.
I love that one. It's been a while since I watched that one. Another one I always enjoy. This is like one that I suggest to everybody that
I need to watch Back to the Future. That's
Gavin hasn't seen those either, dude.
We can add that to we should do that on the movie podcast.
I'm seriously, a movie podcast would be great.
Awesome. Fuck yeah, on the weekends.
But just getting his fucking punk ass to watch them.
Well, you gotta force. We can force and just take his phone away.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. he'll appreciate it.
Yeah. We'll have to get him into some. For sure. There's a lot of good movies out there.
Star Wars, I'm still trying to.
There's so much.
That's one thing that me and you don't jive on.
I feel like if you gave it.
I have given it a try. It's so boring.
The movies, dude. So.
Even though now that I'm in the occult, I'm into the occult, and I know that there's evil and not evil. There's good and evil in the world, and how the government is satanic. And it's got a lot. It reflects the good and the dark side, like the Jedis and shit in Star Wars.
Like the struggle of light and evil?
My uncle's been teaching me about that.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. That goes back for like every fucking, if you take a look at like every fucking empire ever, there's like a little bit of that dabbled in, I feel like.
Definitely, yeah. That's definitely true.
Yeah. Star Wars is one.
It's good. I just need to, it's just
so last time I did like a decent amount of mushrooms,
That helps.
Yeah. I watched Revenge of the Sith, which I've seen probably close to 500 times.
Really? You think? Oh my god, that's like a year of your life.
I'm not kidding.
That's crazy. I saw it in theaters, and there was a kid
I seen it in theaters
coughing next to me, and he was mentally challenged, but I was losing my shit.
Hey, keep it down.
No, yeah, I felt like doing that, but yeah.
Yoda says keep it down.
Yoda.
But I watched that one, and I never just realized. It's like one cheesy line after the other put together.
Oh, yeah, because what's his name? Hayden Christensen? He's the worst fucking actor in the world.
Really I was not enjoying one of my favorite movies. It's not that I just was like looking in a different light. I think I was like coming in with like this cinematic mind, like watching it instead of just taking it for as it is, and I had to turn it off.
When was this?
The Revenge of the Sith, which is one of the better ones.
No, when?
This is like a year ago, probably.
Okay, that you had to turn it off?
I wasn't enjoying it.
Yeah, it's Hayden.
But dude,
probably.
the fucking cartoons, the Rebels cartoons and the Clone Wars cartoons are better than. Good. And some of the newer shit, some of the new shit is awful. Some of it is good. Video games are sick. Mm-hmm. It just becomes such a big franchise now.
The Force Awakens and.
I still hate Star Trek, bro.
I haven't watched Star Trek.
I know the new ones are watchable, but growing up, that shit was so boring.
Yeah,
I feel like Star Wars was so much better than that.
Yes, Star Trek's lame.
One I remember as a kid watching is Starship Troopers. Do you ever remember that fucking one?
My brother saw it we went and saw it in theaters. I wasn't there, but Nelson threw up. I don't know why, but that's what I remember about Star Trek Troopers.
We got Mad Max. Well, we got a Borderlands movie, bro.
Ooh, I love that game. That's a good fucking game.
Let's check it.
It's a
see
tight
if we
game.
can get a fucking trailer.
I don't see how you're going to make a good movie out of it.
Yeah, I'm having a feeling it's...
Oh, I've been into Lord of the Rings lately too.
Okay.
Finally watch those.
Books too? Have you read the books before?
No, I've read The Hobbit.
That's the best one, though.
Yeah, I read The
in
Hobbit.
my opinion.
And now I'm like halfway through the first book, but I'm on the third movie. Extended edition.
So you're on.
So it's taking me fucking forever.
Return of the King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like
Dude.
4.5
Oh, yeah.
hours each.
They're so good though.
They are good. It's a
I
little
fucking
boring.
love 'em. They are boring. I feel
It's
like
cool though.
I feel like
It's a great story. I mean, it's awesome. It's a great
it's
story.
like Game of Thrones is kind of taking that genre and like made it more watchable.
I guess, yeah. But I mean,
they
the
fucked
story
it up.
of like the ring wraiths and all that is really cool.
Yeah.
Sauron
And then
is cool.
they had the new little fucking series or whatever.
Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't know about the series until like last week.
I don't think I've watched all of them. I think I watched a couple episodes, and I'm a fan, so that kind of tells you. Not that it's not bad.
Yeah, it doesn't mean much.
Let's see. See, this is what I was curious if we're looking at like a.
Oh yeah, that looks
This
just like
looks
the
like
game.
it's made by
That's
the
awesome.
dude who did
It's cool.
Thor, Ragnarok.
I didn't like Thor's either. I didn't watch them, but it's just not my steezy.
I had beef with Ragnarok. It could have been a great movie.
Yeah.
It was like there's a sense of humor, which I have a feeling this movie's probably. I just seen Kevin Hart. I have a feeling this movie's probably gonna have it too.
Kevin Hart, he's Illuminati.
What's their symbol they make?
Yeah. The evil eye.
Like bringing the conspiracies on here.
That's what we should have. It's a conspiracy kind of podcast.
It
Yeah, it looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks awesome. Looks
It
just like the
very
game. They
Borderlands.
did a very good job at yeah.
Because Borderlands kind of fucking out there, anyways.
Very, yeah. It's like big cartoony. Kevin Hart main character. That's kind of funny.
It looks good.
Interesting. I wouldn't have thought to make a movie of it.
They're doing with everything, bro.
Yeah,
Every
I mean,
video
why
game.
not?
I mean, Fallout was a hit. I even got a friend that
That's pretty good.
was disappointed. I thought it was great.
He was
Especially if you
disappointed in
remember
it.
some of the factions from the old game, like the Brotherhood of Steel
Oh, yeah,
and the
man.
Minutemen and
Yeah,
all
that
them
was
fuckers.
all about it. Yeah,
Like you
big time.
you don't meet the Minutemen yet, but you Brotherhood of Steel come into play.
Then you get the underground.
So you don't see any underground. There's a railroad
always an
song that
underground.
plays during the thing while they're walking on the railroad. It's a underground, like walking on the. I've been working on the railroad plays kind of in the background, and I was curious if we were gonna have any like that had any ties, but it never really did.
But so there's a lot to come. You think?
I wanted to see this. Did you fucking see this?
What is it?
The Bike Riders with Tom Hardy.
Oh man, that looks so good.
That's what I thought, and I thought it was
It
gonna
looks
make
so
me want to buy a
fucking awesome.
motorcycle. Is what
Yeah,
it's gonna make me want to do.
That's fine though, because Carrie won't let you. But
No, she won't.
when the kids turn 18, but
It looks like one of those
no,
cool
it
ass
looks so
fucking
awesome.
movies.
Yeah.
Kind of
For
like
real.
do you remember Place? Was it Place Between the Pines? with,
Place Beyond the Pines. Yeah.
yeah.
You remember though, because we watched that and we're like, oh my god, he dies in the first fucking 45 minutes. We're like, oh
It's
my god, this was supposed to be the best movie ever.
Well, 'cause it's
and
two
it is
stories
for
in
20
one,
minutes, and then
kinda.
it's like, oh my god, it's not good anymore.
And then it's just about
He
his
falls
son.
out the fucking window. He shoots him out the window.
Yeah, yeah.
Who
It was.
cares
I
about
mean,
yeah.
it's
Eva,
so
that's his real
different
wife?
that that's what makes it like memorable. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean it was good.
Like if it
was
was
good.
just the normal one.
It was. It totally took a turn that you were not expecting.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So I always, but yeah, like you said, I just like his like little backstory part, you know,
Yeah.
and then I'm cool
Doing
after
carny
that.
fucking motorcycle tricks and robbing banks.
Drive. I just suggested Drive to somebody the other day.
Awesome movie, so
Dude,
good.
all
That's
the
one of the
sy-
ones that I can watch all the time and
All
never
the
gets
synth
old.
pop in it is so good. Like,
Oh
dude,
man,
I'll
I got
cruise-
so many soundtracks
I'll wake
on
and
my
make to work
computer.
sometimes and just like
Real
synth pop it out. Yep.
human
Yep, dude, so
being.
good.
Yeah, dude. That was my
It
song.
makes you just want to
bro.
cruise like neon
Fuck yeah.
lights.
And that jacket he wears with the scorpion on the back
Dude.
with the hammer, and you just want to go
It's
bash
been in
people's
my
heads
saved
in.
on Instagram cart. I
Oh,
just
yeah.
can't spend the 100 on it. I've been
Only
like,
100.
I think about it.
Dude, don't buy $100. That's a $300, $400 jacket. If you buy a $100 one, that thing's
Yeah,
gonna
no.
fall
I know.
apart in the washing machine.
Yeah, I know. That's why I ain't got it, but it's tempting.
Yeah,
Such a good one.
so good.
Got badass car chases. His fucking
Yeah,
weird
it's
ass.
understated too. It's like not a lot of action. It's like a
Yeah. You get like
They
a couple little like cool car chases and like
build up,
him
yeah.
stomping that one dude, and that's really about it.
It's all the story and build up. Yeah.
It's fucking good. Trying to think. comedy-wise.
I don't watch comedy for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, comedy
I
movies
never
aren't the same. It's like serious.
Comedy's not real anymore since 2012,
No,
according to my Uncle Donovan.
I mean, he's right. He's not.
Yeah.
I've thought that too. Think about.
Because we can't say anything that we want to say anymore,
You
for
can't
one thing.
now. You can on like comedians are the only people that can get away
They
with
can't
it.
even.
But you
They can't either. They don't really say what they mean.
Yeah, not really what they
No,
mean.
they don't. Yeah, it's all still censored.
But I feel like Tropic Thunder was probably like one of your good last comedies you got. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
man.
some more since then, but that one.
That was another one that the first time I watched it, I'm like, this is garbage. And the
I think
next
we
time,
all made
same
it.
with Sin City.
We all made
You
it
guys
grow on
loved
each
it.
other.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you guys took it to a different level. You guys liked it a lot more than me. I was not on the.
I just appreciate
enjoyed it, but
it was
yeah.
one of those that had
You
so
and
many
Cody.
good one-liners. Well, what I found out today is we always watch the director's cut because that's what I always had. And
So
there's
it's
like
better.
added lines in it that were like deleted. So there's some shit that like we used to say that I don't think a lot of people did because it was in that. Like the I gotta go potty. You want to hold my dick? Like just little shit like that. We got Barbosa coming out. I'm
Ooh,
gonna
Paul
root for
fought
Barbosa.
him.
But I think
Who
he's got his
won?
hands full.
Who? Paul Felder fought Barbosa.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah. I don't know. They didn't say. I didn't hear who won.
Let's see.
But another one of my favorite movies, No Country for Old Men.
Oh yeah. That's a. You ever read the
Gavin needs to
book?
watch-
I heard the book's fucking amazing. but I
Yeah,
haven't read
Cormac
it.
McCarthy or whatever the fuck his name is. I've listened to half of it on audio tape. I haven't read it, but it's the same. It follows very well, so it's more or less the same.
I've been watching
I'm reading a good book by Chuck Palahniuk, the guy that wrote.
Fight Club.
Yeah,
What is it?
Survivor, where he grew up in a cult and everyone in the cult kills himself, and he's the last survivor of the cult, and he becomes like a icon and famous and.
Just from like talking about it and.
No, because everyone's just, he doesn't even want it, but everyone wants, they're just like infatuated with him. And then he starts, I don't know, he's really weird. He has a hotline for suicide hotline to help people, but he encourages the people that call him to kill
shit.
themselves. And then he visits their graves and shit. And then he meets one of the people that he encouraged to kill themselves, sister, while visiting the grave of the kid. And then he ends up dating her. And it's just really weird.
Oh
It's
fuck, dude!
interesting.
What's the name of it?
Survivor. Yeah.
Okay.
It's interesting. It's different.
I read another book by him in high school because I knew he did Fight Club.
He's
I
awesome.
can't. And he's been on Rogan like multiple
Yeah,
times.
he's very smart. He's awesome. Different. Like some of the shit he writes is like will make you like gag. It's so like you would think like
Disturbing.
reading something that you couldn't actually get like affected like that, but you're reading it and you're like, oh my god, this is not good.
Oh, I'm trying to see who won fucking. One between them. Oh. Looks like it was. Yeah, Barbosa beat him in a unanimous decision. Yeah, I haven't been reading a whole lot. I'm trying to think what my few. Let me look at my book list. I've got a fuck ton of books in there. I was reading. Was it the Iliad? I was diving
I
into
haven't
that,
read that,
but it's kind of a hard read for sure. Especially like I try to read a chapter like every night, and then I try to like
it's gibberish.
I try to like gather. I'd like do a summary with myself of what I thought the chapter was about, and then I would look up like what somebody else has broken down of it and see how like close I was.
Are you usually pretty close or
I only got like 4 chapters in, but yeah, I was kind of getting the same like.
just?
But it definitely
being-
helps to have somebody like break it down for you.
Definitely. Yeah.
Let's look
And
at
that was
this.
so long ago. Writing back then was so much different.
Yeah, the way they talk about things, like just even describing certain things, the way they form sentences does not make fucking sense.
Mm-hmm.
So the Book of Five Rings is always fucking on here. Dude, okay. Hicks and Gracie's book, Breathe, is fucking super badass.
Okay.
It's got a bunch of old cool fight stories in it, but then it's just all about his life growing up and how, like, I always joke about this with to Carrie, but the Gracie, like, it's kind of fucked up. I don't know how agreed upon it was, but so the main Gracie dad had kids, like, the first 4 kids are with his first wife, and then he got with the nanny pretty much, but was still stayed married, and had, like, that's where, like, Hickson and, like, all of them came from. So, like,
From
the
the
last
nanny?
3 or 4 brothers are from the nanny's
Okay.
kids.
Illegitimate.
And then
in
at
a
one
way.
point, he brought the older, he's like, you gonna go meet your brothers? And, like, brought, like, the one family to the other.
From
And
the
then
real
they found
mom,
out they
or
had. So, like, Hickson talks about, he was one of, I don't know if he was from the original. I think he was one of
Okay.
the original. And he just talks about how now he's already kind of felt bad for his mom that she had to, like, go through that. She didn't really have a say in the
Yes.
matter. But that was his way of, like, keeping the legacy going, because she couldn't have any more kids, and he wanted to keep having, like, more kids. He was, like, building
Well,
a
it's
fucking
like-
army, basically, in his
Yeah, but
mind.
you
and then
can't
his-
just make that decision on your own, though.
No, that's what's fucked. And then his brother, which was, I don't know this
Bunch of
I don't
scrawny,
wanna fuck it up.
badass Brazilian
But his
dudes.
brother, like, had all the kids too, and they were, like, the cousins were, like, rivals, kind of.
Okay.
So there was, like,
That's weird.
they were
Kinda
both
different.
building their own fucking armies, kind of.
Why? To go wrestle in the woods?
Well, they took over the martial arts world now.
Well, yeah,
But
I
yeah,
guess.
they were all a bunch
Are
of
they
crazy.
super rich?
Yeah,
I would hope.
the Gracies are very well to do. At
Okay.
least most of them have some sort of jujitsu they can do.
Yeah.
Some guys, like, they'll marry into the family and change their last name to Gracie, like,
Mhm.
shit like that.
Mm.
The 4 Agreements. You read the 4 Agreements?
Yeah, I just read it actually last year.
Okay.
Have you read it?
I have it on audiobook, and I've listened to it, like,
Really cool.
probably 3 or 4 times. It kind of goes with how a lot of the way of thinking I already kind of do with some stuff. So
You're
I feel
good at that.
I feel
Me
like
and you're opposites. of that.
listening
You're
to
a
it, I
s-
was like,
you,
yeah,
you already do that.
I'm already doing
Dude,
some of this.
That's like that's like, in my opinion, is like, that's like the key to life. You already attained, like, that's like, for real, you're laughing, but it's true when you're at ease like that.
Yeah, but then
Because the first one is don't talk bad about yourself, and then, or don't talk bad to yourself.
it probably is like an evolved ego. Like, my ego had the confidence in myself, and then as I kind of, like, killed my ego a little bit,
Yeah.
maybe I am not
Our
so much
egos are
arrogant. Now I'm
different
just
as
kind of
well.
confident. I don't know.
It's,
But I just don't, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't let too many
you
things
do-
stress me out.
No, you don't.
I call it,
But you do have an ego.
I do have an ego.
Yeah. But in a way, like you say, you almost don't.
It's hard to,
But
My-
yeah, you don't
I
let things
notice
stress
it-
you out, which is awesome. I think that's like the
so
coolest.
I notice my ego, like, it's definitely if I'm gearing up for a fight, like, I have to tell Carrie, or if I'm training, like, real heavy, it, like, starts to bring itself up. Even my music will change. Like, I'll be listening to, like, John Prine, like, reggae, just, like, chill stuff. And then as soon as, like, fight time gets here, it's, like, a little more, like, heavy stuff, a little more rap. It's, like, a little more, like, and then I just noted, like, I don't take shit from as much people. I'm like, why am I fucking taking shit from this person? Like, I could snap.
That's
I could
weird.
fucking snap
Yeah.
this motherfucker. But
Uh-huh.
normally, like, if I'm not, like, right now,
You
like,
don't
I'm pretty
think like
chill.
that
I don't
else.
really give a
So
shit.
your
Like,
mindset changes.
but if I'm like,
completely.
you catch me, like, before a tournament or right after a tournament,
Mhm.
or something, I feel like I'm, like, liable to smack you if you say
Huh.
the wrong thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny to me.
But I feel like you have to have a little bit of an ego to be a fighter,
Oh, definitely.
to get in there.
Yeah.
But
No, but yeah. You're
being,
very-
I don't know. It's also
very
being
calm.
humbled, I guess. Get my ass beat a lot in wrestling.
You're
and
humble too, yeah. Yeah, you're definitely not cocky at all.
I feel like I try to blend it all, I guess.
You're good at balance.
I just
You're
try to
pretty
be me.
balanced. Yeah, yeah. That's,
Live in the present. That's the big thing I've been working on lately.
well,
'Cause
you've always been good at that too.
But I realized it because, like,
You don't think too much about shit.
exactly.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I don't overthink things. I try not to. If I
Well,
start
that's what it is.
overthinking
That's the
things,
main
then it's
thing,
like
yeah.
I try to keep the things I overthink are, like, about fighting. It's like shit that doesn't stress the most, like, normal
Mhm.
people out.
Yeah, that's like, yeah. I need help with that.
That's me and Carrie will have conversations about it because we're complete opposites. She's very anxiety ridden, but we were listening to his what is his name? They call him Chrissy D. As a comedian. I can't think of it. He was on Rogan, and Rogan's like me. He's pretty fucking like present when it comes to that stuff and doesn't have much anxiety, and he's like telling about all this shit and all of his anxiety, and Rogan's like, I just don't get it, man. He's like, I don't operate like that, and that's kind of how I am.
Mm-hmm.
Like the times I get stressed when I can't do what I want to do. I start to get kind of stressed out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maybe I don't think it's so much of a control thing. I think I'm just used to doing my own thing, and then when something kind of road bumps that, and I can't do what makes me happy or what I've been like wanting to do, that gives me like stress. It more just frustrates me.
Mm.
Kind of changes my attitude.
But then you have so many people that you have to work around. That
Yeah, I'm getting better with that too, with all the kids.
I have so much free time, and it's like I could do what you're talking about, but it still doesn't help.
No, it's just finding something you're passionate about, and I feel like if you find it when you have the time to chase it, it's better. But like a lot of guys figure out who they are and what they want later in their life. They usually got kids or responsibilities.
Yeah.
I'm lucky, like Gavin's into a lot of the same stuff
That's
as I am.
No, that's
It makes
awesome.
it easier on me
That's
for
very
sure.
Cool. Mm-hmm.
What, like, dude, like I told him, like, if we ran into you I would think I'd beat Gavin's ass, like if I ran into him going into like 7th grade, and he had fucking like he'd probably mopped the floor with me back then.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to think that I'd be able to, because I had some jiu-jitsu and judo then, but that was my only hope against him. And usually a wrestler beats just a strict. I always thought I was better than what I was. I feel like.
I think that helps in a way, as far as you don't take it too far.
No.
Because you gotta have a little confidence in yourself. Be self-assured. It's good. But no, Gavin's a little fucking beast. Yeah, he's bad.
He always acts cocky, but I think he does it to be
He just
funny
gets it from
sometimes. Yeah, I think so.
No, yeah, it's just he's just trying to be, not trying to be, but just who he is. But yeah, when you hang around smart ass like you.
Oh, I know. I could imagine what I've just heard glimpses of him on Xbox Live with his friends by walking by his door, and I'm like,
is he worse than we were? Worse
probably.
than I was?
Probably.
Really? No, he didn't say that shit that we did. No way. I bet you he didn't.
I feel like they're not as creative as we are. We were fucking pretty creative. Like, if I heard us now, I think I would still laugh at what we were saying back then. We were pretty fucking funny. I know your dad was laughing.
Oh my god.
He'd be shaking his head, but he's laughing.
God. He was too busy playing checkers.
He was always in that room. Dude, I was just thinking about when he bought us beer for the first time the other day again.
So, I'll never forget that. Do you
Me
care if
neither.
I drink some beer? And then he comes back with fucking beers. 3 ounce.
six-pack.
Fucking 3 ounces.
Hey, he still got us beers.
Yeah, no, I mean.
It was funny though. It was funny for you because it put you on the spot.
Dude,
And
I was
remember
not
like the
comfortable at all.
awkwardness.
You remember how uncomfortable I was?
As a dad,
I did not want to do that.
I think back to that. I'm like, if Gavin asked me, I wonder.
Because, we weren't much older than him.
We were like, what, 8th grade? Probably.
I don't know. Like, when did we
We were getting ready to go into high school probably.
Yeah.
So we were probably 14, 13. So still, we weren't much older than him.
No.
But they already knew we were drinking.
He didn't necessarily. I mean, he knew my brother was, but
we weren't like drinking then. We would like go to
that
friends'
doesn't
houses
matter
or
though. Looking back, you think that, but no. Whenever you think about your kid, with
at that
Gavin, you don't
age.
say, "Oh, he's not drinking." You just say,
No.
"No, I'm not getting you fucking beer."
Yeah, that's true.
Not that I'm saying it was wrong.
No,
or
I
that
mean, it
we
was
abused
cool
it.
then.
No,
I don't think it was
fun.
wrong
No,
by
we
any-
didn't abuse it either. We were like we were smarter than a lot of.
And he got.
We were
literally
actually more responsible. Me and
like
you
these little
especially.
baby beers that we fucking drank.
Yeah, they were like 3 ounces.
Not even enough to give you a buzz, but it was enough to be like.
Us would probably give us a buzz if we drank them, but
It was enough to like give us what we wanted, but not what we really wanted.
yeah.
So it was
we
kind of a
thought
smart
we were having
move
fun in the basement.
to make like.
Because we
us
had the
not mad
checkers
at him.
table. You remember that down there?
Oh yeah, dude! I
I
tell
just
people
remember
about
that
how we had the
checker table.
fucking bullet catcher down there, and we'd shoot the 22 in your basement.
Oh yeah, man.
And people always
I
are
wanted
like,
to be a little sniper.
they look at me like I'm fucking crazy when I tell them that. They're like,
I
"You
bet.
did what?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we'd shoot this 22 down in the basement." I was like, "We had this little like
How you think
metal
they'd look at
fucking."
my dad?
Dude, I thought it was the coolest shit.
It was cool. Hey, the thing, we were responsible and we were taught, all of us. We knew not to fuck around with it. We weren't fucking around. I wanted to be a little sniper, so I was like actually training down there, like thinking I was getting better.
You're one of the best shots I know.
Shit. But not that I give a fuck anymore. Not that it matters now.
Well, you want to take a little fucking smoke break and pop back on?
Yeah.
All right, we'll pause this bitch. All right, we're back. We got Kimmy Crawford in the studio.
Hey now.
We're drinking Kim Crawford wine.
It's not good.
It's not bad. It's not bad. This little Ricky Bobby makes it a little better, though.
Oh, man. That Bush Light. I don't even like Bush Light, and that makes this taste like
Caviar?
Good.
Bro, that's because that's not Bush Light. That's Bush Heavy, son.
Oh, shit, my bad.
Get your shit straight. We don't drink Bush Light around here.
My bad, your fault.
Yeah, but no, Gavin, he don't even really watch a whole lot of movies. He wanted to watch Anchorman the other night.
It's good, though.
Which I think he would enjoy Anchorman, but I just don't. It's just hard to get him to sit through a lot of things. Even video games. They got a short attention span. Ezra's the child with the... Gavin never really had much like imagination with action figures and stuff growing up. Ezra will sit and fucking... You'll hear him like making scenes and doing noises.
That's cool. Didn't you say Gavin said he doesn't have an internal dialogue? Where he doesn't talk to himself inside his head?
That's what he says. I don't understand.
How do you not talk to yourself
That's what
in
I'd
your
say.
head?
But apparently there are people that...
No, I know. I've heard of it, too.
I don't get it, though, because I do.
Yeah.
I run, like, everything. I have a, like, inner
yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
I feel like half the time I'm
Like I
talking
said,
to
I think
myself
too
in my
much.
head.
Yeah.
That's what I asked him. Like, so when you,
That's
like,
my
think
anxiety.
about doing
Yours,
something...
I guess yours is all good stuff.
Yeah, I got to chill. Like, the dude
like,
is
"Hey."
in mine. Hey, bro. That's like, you should see my fucking... Let me show you this motherfucker. You know, Snapchat's got your AI character.
No.
Well, they have, like,
Oh, yeah.
AI, and you can ask
my
it
bad.
questions and shit.
Yeah, I do.
Well, I guess mine is probably, like, kind of who I picture my fucking, like, the guy in my inner dialogue.
Yeah, that's how we...
Let's see if I can fucking...
Mine looks just like me.
Look at his ass.
Okay. So that's you and your other guy?
Yeah, that's probably, like, that's my avatar on the left, the fucking hippie-looking
That's
dude.
awesome. Who's the guy on the right?
That's me. That's my
Okay.
fucking character. Oh, he needs a
Okay, yeah.
mustache. He needs an update. He's got
That's
the beard
cool.
still.
Yeah. So he's like, hey, Devin, you're doing great, man.
Sometimes I asked him, like, a good workout plan for a
He's like, you don't need to
12-year-old
do
wrestler.
anything.
He's like, nah, man.
You're fine.
You're fine. You're ripped,
Go back
man.
to bed.
A bomba clot. Brat. Down at the beach. No, but yeah, I feel like it's weird. If he really doesn't have an inner dialogue. That's why I was like, so when you think about doing something, you don't like.
He's just like, bam. He just does it.
We'd have to ask him like what.
So
it
that
is
means he
for
doesn't
him.
have a brain.
Yeah. He's just running on a program.
Muscle stimuli.
Yeah, I don't know. I always found that weird. I told Kiefer that one time too, and he was found by it. He said we'll have to kick some thoughts into his ass or something like that.
He must have saved that from my rib cage that one time.
Sidekick, bro. You need that. Speaking of, we gotta get back in. You need to get your ass back in the Monday at Pie Saw. I'm not in there either yet, but I need to get my ass in too.
We'll see. I don't know if I have time.
You got plenty of time. You get a summer
My
job
schedule's-
yet?
Nah.
Lifeguard?
I'm going to take your advice.
You need
and
to
get DoorDash.
Dude, I would DoorDash all day. Because you make your own fucking hours, bro. If you got something you want to do, fuck, you can go do it. You ain't got to fucking answer to anybody.
That's
You just
true.
throw that person's bag of food out the window and you go do what you got to do.
Yeah, that's true. That's your internal dialogue telling you.
No, but if I was like young, if I was young and like training, didn't have responsibilities, that's what I'd do. I would DoorDash and then I'd train probably 2 to 3
Train all
times a
day.
day and fucking DoorDash in between.
Yeah.
And OnlyFans.
I'd like
I'd
to
be
go.
spreading my butthole as my concho.
Yeah, you're already doing that. But no, yeah, I'd like to start training again. That's fine.
So head nod.
I want to do some We need to go to Maryville kickboxing.
Yeah,
Get in with the
really cool.
big boys.
See, that's what. Because Wolf's Den has a really good fucking kickboxing program. But dude, honestly, going up against like all my kickboxing comes from. I mean, I always kind of trained on my own, but most of my kickboxing comes from them at Paisaw, and the style that I use, I'd say, has held up against basically anywhere I've went and trained. It has done pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
So I give a lot of props to the stand-up skills of
they're
those
great.
guys.
The hands are great. Yeah, they're badass.
But it is different. I get mainly what I get told is how awkward my style is and how hard it is to figure out.
What's different?
And then being at Wolves
You
Den,
always get me with that spin.
added in my Philly shell because I wasn't using that
Strickland
till Mop started working on that. I think he kind of realized my style, and he was like, told me to start using it. And dude, now like, if you get past my kick range and we're scrapping, it's like I use that Philly shell. It works pretty good for my style. Kind of hides my left hooks too, because my hand's kind of down. You don't see them coming. But you need to get back in. Gav wants to get back. I want him to do one in July. It's in Bloomington. I want to start getting him ready and doing a lot of training around here, but popping in on Paisaw on Mondays, hopefully.
Yeah, I'll be down. That'd be cool.
But yeah, we're mainly out at Head Nod now, but they've got their Saturday MMA classes.
That'd be fun too. I'd like to do that.
And like a lot of the guys we went to school with are there.
Yeah, a lot of those guys.
That's what's fun. And a lot of them are kind of newer too, so it'd be a good time to hop in.
Wrangle them.
It'd be a good time. Bro, you look like Pedro Pascal. You got
my God, I
those
wish.
vibes going, dude.
Dude, you know who he's fucking dating? 51st Dates of Shades of Grey.
Drew Barrymore?
No, the other one. The one from 51st Shades of Grey.
Why am I? I know the movie, but I'm blanking on the actress.
Where she's a sex addict. But
Yeah.
they're dating.
I was forced to watch those. You date weirdo girls, and you gotta watch that shit. Let's see, 51st.
But Rooney
Date.
Mara, she's my Hollywood dream girl.
Hold on, one at a time.
She's dating Joaquin Phoenix, so you know she's a weirdo.
Oh fuck. Wait, not 51st Dates, because that's Drew Barrymore. What was it? 50 Shades of Grey. There we go.
51st Shades of Grey.
We just finished off some Ricky Bobby, so I'm a little fucking spacey. Here we go. Who's this?
Her.
Come on, give me the cast.
What's his name? Pedro Pascal?
Pascal, yeah. The Mando. I need a cast. There we go.
Well, me and you
Dakota
look like
Johnson.
twins. Yeah.
Okay.
She's fucking, what's his name's daughter? Don Johnson.
Don Johnson.
From Miami Vice.
Okay.
#1 new show.
What's that off of? Why does that sound familiar?
Euro Trip.
Oh, dude.
They
that's
got
a
a
good one.
train? Yeah.
Gavin's
Very
never
soon.
seen that.
They're building it now.
I'm telling you, bro. A movie podcast would be fun. There used to
They
be
give him a fucking penny, and he's like, I quit my job.
Yeah, you got them Pascal vibes going,
Thanks.
son. I need the hairdo.
Yeah. Mine's going, too.
This is who they told me I look like.
I'm going to be bald soon. All my family tells me no, but that's just what everybody tells you when you tell them bad news. It's true. Like if you say, I look ugly, people don't say, yeah, you do look ugly. They say, no, you don't.
See, that's where you need a family member like me, where I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't say you look ugly, but I'm like, you could probably do some things. That's me.
Yeah. Yeah. Peaky Blinders.
This is who
That's
they,
my mom's
This
show.
is who they say I look like, bro. Is it? Yeah, the old one on the right. The Shelby brother.
Oh,
right here.
really?
Yeah,
He's
the
grumpy.
guys at
You
work,
do, I guess.
the guys at work are like, you don't look
You
as
do.
old as him, but they're like, you look like a younger version of him.
Yeah, because you got pointy jaw lines and.
But yeah, that's who I've been getting fucking referred to. I told him I'm gonna buy me a fucking.
He's a bad motherfucker in that
I'm
show.
gonna buy me one of them hats and starting gambling rings at work and shit.
That'd be cool. Yeah, my dad used to wear those. We're Irish.
What an Irish. All right.
Irish.
Who won? Oh, Murphy won it. 14-0. By
Oh,
unanimous
shit.
decision.
Yep, told you. Barbosa's just too old
His
now.
fucking face looks a little pieced up, though. Barbosa's still hanging. I mean, he's hanging with he went decision.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Who's your fucking favorite fighter nowadays? You think active guy now? Gavin was talking. Me and Gavin were talking about this the other day. I'm like,
I don't know. Does Shogun still fight?
I think he retired recently, but dude, I made Gavin
Shogun.
watch Henderson versus Shogun recently, and I was like, dude, it's one of badass fights, and it was so back and forth the entire time. But I was telling him Shogun was one of my favorites.
Shogun's so good.
Jones is my favorite active guy right now.
I guess, but Jones is a douchebag though.
Yeah, I mean,
that's just because I'm jealous of him, but he's a douche.
He's one of those
so
guys,
good at everything.
He pretended to be like all Christian-y at first, and he just needed to embrace the bad guy a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's still my favorite.
Yeah, in my opinion, he's the most bad motherfucker probably ever.
I mean, I love the Diaz brothers. They're both technically still active. They're OGs.
Nate's probably my favorite.
Sean Strickland is one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's cool. Now I'd go with Nate.
What about old school guys? I know Congo.
All time?
Not Congo, but
Crow Cop was a big
was
one.
One of your favorites.
But I don't know, maybe Fedor is my all time.
Yeah, you were really big on Fedor. Fedor, I mean,
he's the best. That's why.
He's in the argument for the GOAT heavyweights for sure. It's dirty what Dan Henderson did to him in his later career.
Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, that's just adding to
he
Dan.
Was so fucking good.
Dan's just a bad mofo.
But
Fedor in his prime, he found a way in every situation.
The only thing that stops him is he never fought in the UFC, so that's the only thing. Some people say he didn't fight like the best guys, but
that's true.
He was a fucking beast. I put him. I don't know. Heavyweights are weird for me because some people say Stipe is a goat.
No way.
I don't think Stipe is.
Nobody's even seen him fight.
I argue Cain Velasquez.
No way either.
In his prime.
He's in prison.
No, not anymore.
He's
out.
He's a prisoner.
He's out. But
he's a border jumper.
Who do you think the heavyweight GOAT is?
Heavyweight GOAT?
Yeah, because it's not.
Honestly,
some people say who was big, Ngannou, but it's not Ngannou either.
No way. Jones
has only fought one heavyweight fight. He's light heavy.
Yeah, that's crazy. He's still the best at it.
No, I know. I agree. He's the best heavyweight. He's only fought one heavyweight fight.
Let's see. All time. Who were the big heavyweights back in the day? It's like Andre Arlovsky was big, but no, he was definitely not the best.
What's cool about Arlovsky, he's still fucking fighting.
Yeah, he's bad. He was my favorite back in the day. He's what got me into it. Him and like Chuck Liddell and
Liddell
Randy
and Tito were mine too. Couture, I was showing Gavin some old Couture shit. He was so good. I showed him when he beat fucking Tim Sylvia. He came out and fucking dropped him with the overhand like in the first, and then just basically whooped his ass for the rest. Yeah. So good. Came out of retirement fighting a dude that's like a fucking 60 pounds heavier than him.
On steroids.
What about?
I don't know. Now I'm trying to think of heavyweights. I dropped off kind of after. I don't know who was the biggest whenever I quit following.
MMA heavyweight champs.
They ask who's the best boxer ever.
Yeah,
I always pick Mike Tyson, but that's biased.
Yeah, Tyson I wouldn't say is. Sometimes I go
Ali.
Not the best.
Ali.
I think it just.
But then again, you say put best Tyson and Ali in there.
Okay. Here's who we got. Let's see. This is these are current heavyweight champs. That's not what we want. Why it's so hard to fucking find what I'm looking for? Just need a list of heavyweight champs. List of UFC champs. Let's see. Okay, here we go. This thing here. Get it zoom in. All right, there we go. Is this a prediction? Because Aspinall hasn't taken it yet, but they have Aspinall at the top of heavyweight. Oh, he's the interim champ, I think. So let's go back. We had Coleman as your first heavyweight. This is UFC. This is UFC, by the way. So not counting Fedor.
I hope his dog's doing okay in heaven.
Oh yeah, dude, badass Coleman.
Yeah, he was scary.
Dude, his videos, his TikToks crack me up. He's so immobile and he's shadow boxing on there. Maurice Smith and Randy Couture.
Oh my God, this thing's.
We got Boss Rutan, Kevin Randleman, Josh Barnett. Barnett is a bad motherfucker.
Boss Rutan looks scarier now than he did back when he was.
With age, he's gotten scarier.
I'm an idiot.
Were you loosening it?
No.
Mike's fucking with his mic over here. Mike's being a Mike. We had Tim Sylvia,
No, he's
Frank
not the
Mir,
best. Frank
Andre Orlowski, Lesnar, Velasquez, Junior. Okay, Fabricio Verdum. I wouldn't say is the GROAT. Is the GOAT, not the GROAT.
The GROAT.
That's like the great GOAT, son. Okay, anyways.
Did you just make something?
The GROAT. Got a new category.
Oh, dang.
Fabricio, I say like skill wise is one of the best.
Fabrizio?
Fabricio Verdum. He was
He
like
must
a
smell good.
jiu-jitsu world champ and then came over and was fucking everybody up for a little bit. Stipe.
So not as much time went by as I thought. So only like 2 champions went by from the time that I quit really following UFC to win.
Who's the last guy you remember champ, really?
So it would have been like Kane, right? What was the last?
Oh.
It was Mark Coleman, Frank Mir.
We had Couture in there. Arlowski took it for a little bit. Lesnar, Kane.
Yeah, like
Junior Dos Santos.
I remember all those actually.
Verdum, it was kind of Kane.
Verdum's kind of when I quit then.
Yeah, it was Kane, Dos Santos, and Verdum that were like in the running kind of in 3 for a bit. And then Stipe is who kind of came after them and beat them.
Yeah, Stipe. I didn't really watch Stipe's.
And then Nagano came, took it from Stipe, and then Jones took it
from Nagano.
Well, Nagano left, so the title was up for grabs, and Jones beat Cyril Gane for it.
Cereal
gone. My cereal's gone.
Oh,
There was so many fucking shit going around like that.
Oh, really?
That's
funny.
I guess that's trying to think.
So, answer the question then, I guess.
Heavy goat in your eyes.
Maybe you're right about Velasquez.
I think so. I think UFC-wise, I put him up. I say Fedor's his biggest contender for sure.
Yeah, I got Fedor over. Yeah, I'd take Fedor.
Shut this door for a fucking June bug comes.
Yeah, there's some mosquito on me.
Light that fucking candle in front of me.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
I think it's on an outdoor fucking.
This is an outdoor candle?
Probably not.
They don't work outdoors?
So, heavyweight. What about just GOAT in general?
I mean, I hate to say it, but probably Jones, right? John Jones.
Jones is on my top.
But Fedor, I mean, who I like the most, I probably Fedor.
Fedor's so I break it into 2 different categories. There is your GOATs who have tested clean and your GOATs who have tested positive. Tested positive for anything is John Jones is probably my GOAT. You go clean, you're looking at Demetrius Johnson and GSP.
That's true, yeah. Yeah. I know you like GSP.
I'm a huge GSP guy. He
just wasn't a scary fighter. Like he wasn't like a knockout or like really
he'd fought to win. Like he was a very strategic fighter, and that's why I liked him.
I didn't like him as much.
Because
I think he's amazing, obviously, but he wasn't like somebody that was like, oh my God.
He wasn't like you weren't like, oh, he's gonna fuck somebody up.
Yeah,
I was always, I was just always like, I would go in and
kinda.
be like, how the fuck is George gonna like figure this puzzle out? Like, how's he gonna figure this dude? And he'd always have a fucking way of beating him. That's what I always liked about him.
I didn't really watch Demetrius, but now that I know about him since he's retired, what I hear is that he's probably one of the best.
So I
just watched him do a jiu-jitsu thing where he wrestled or he jiu-jitsu'd a fucking like 270-pounder or something, 250-pounder, and he's like 150.
Yep.
And he won.
Yep. He is only a brown belt. I don't think he just got his black belt, maybe, possibly. But he is technically still fighting in one championship. He just fought. I think their champ's Mariah's, and they've had like 3 super close fights, and they've caught each other like back and forth. But he's skill wise the best. Like his arm bar, like his suplex to arm bar. Do you remember that fucking little?
I didn't really watch
this right
stuff.
here. Like you may be able to like try this fucking move in training, but to hit this in like a title fight against a fucking Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt is nuts.
Wasn't he a construction man? Construction worker?
Well, yeah,
Until he was like 20?
Yeah, while he was like training still until he got big enough to go
Didn't he
pro.
start training like 20 or something?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty
Yeah,
late.
there's pictures of him, and he's only a 125-pounder.
Really? That's all?
Uh-huh. And
must
he
be
doesn't
short.
cut weight. He walks
Yeah,
around at fight weight. That's the other cool thing.
He must
about
be
him.
like this tall because he's jacked.
Yep. Mighty Mouse suplex.
I see his YouTube stuff a lot. He's a big gamer. I like that kind of stuff.
He's a cool, all-around
He's cool.
dude.
Yeah, he's cool.
Dude, this is the most fucking probably impressive thing, in my opinion, you'll ever see against a fucking black belt. I think this was the black belt he was up against. I might have the guys wrong, but dude, just watch this. Like you could drill this.
Scoop.
You have to drill this 1,000 times to get this
Dang.
good.
That's like a basketball.
And then,
He's
dude,
throwing him like a basketball.
watch. Before the dude
Totally
hits the
ready.
fucking ground, he is already in an armbar.
Oh, yeah, he's
suplex to
ready.
armbar.
That's crazy. Yeah, I've never seen that. Wow, that's really cool. He threw him around like
Yeah, against Ray Borg.
that's crazy. Huh?
Let's see if they got it.
Is that the first person to ever do that?
Yeah, watch this shit in real time. They'll show it. Maybe if they show it on here. Yeah, because it was Ray Borg that he fought. Yeah, here it is in real time, dude. Oh, they slowed it down to the end. So nuts, though. Like, you could drill that
That's cool.
1,000 times, but to hit that in a fucking title fight,
There it
yeah,
went.
insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He is so skilled, and that's he wasn't even. He was probably a purple belt there, maybe a brown belt. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
he's the most like skilled fighter, I think. Jones, I put Jones.
It's crazy to think what they can do to average people. Like how just they could do whatever they want to anyone,
That's like what I said. Like
anywhere.
anybody, I would put anybody that I would put most trained people up against an untrained person. Like would
Like a
demolish
big,
them.
strong, untrained person against a trained person is usually a trained person.
Probably a
wins.
blue. Like give me at least maybe a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, and then a little bit of striking if it's gonna be a fight. But jiu-jitsu really works well for like if the big guy if you do get into the big guy and he fucking jiu-jitsu will at least
On the
help.
ground.
It'll help save you in some spots, I feel like.
Mhm.
But I don't know
Oh,
how.
yeah, I'm sure it's
I
like they
think
say
you
it
can-
is like a superpower, really.
But the size, well, that was the big thing with Demetrius. And Bradley Martin is a big
Oh, no,
bodybuilder dude, owns a gym. He's kind of like a celebrity. But he was like on podcast and was talking like how he don't understand. He would crush Demetrius Johnson. He's like, I just grab him and fucking.
Mhm.
And that's what Brendan Shaw like was giving him shit. Like, dude, he would fuck you up. And then he was like, but my size and my strength and like.
Right.
And then you see what he did to a guy that's that size who is a brown belt, and it's like that's what he can do to a guy who's that size and
He
trained.
knows what he's doing. Yeah.
Imagine what he could do to the average fucking fat ass. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, he's a
Who do you think would win, Schaub and Johnson? You think Schaub would still beat Johnson just because he's so much bigger
in a
in a fight?
jiu-jitsu or a
Straight up
fight. In a straight up fight.
You think Schaub? got
Yeah,
him?
at that size,
Yeah.
Schaub is a big fucking dude.
Yeah. He's a big.
But
guy.
I think if it may be a grappling match, I think Schaub would have his hand, even with the size, he'd probably still have his hands full against Demetrius.
Mhm. Yeah, that's interesting.
But yeah, he's up there on mine.
Yeah.
Kimmy Crawford's making my throat. Well, that's probably the Ricky Bobby making my throat dry.
Getting raspy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess Fedor, I'd have to say is my all-time favorite fighter.
It's a good one to pick. I like it.
Lightweights, I mean, I really don't know the light guys. The only light guys I like a lot is Haggerty, one.
Oh,
K1.
yeah,
He's
dude.
my favorite little guy fighter.
Yeah. Dude, one's got...
He's scary.
They're
He's
fucking
crazy.
Muay Thai guys. I'm a big Harrison
His
fan.
technique is crazy.
But yeah, Haggerty's
It's so good.
Yeah.
His technique is so good.
he's probably my favorite kickboxer.
And he's white. That's the crazy thing.
And then, yeah, he's like one
not
of the few.
Asian.
They were doing a seminar in Maryville. He was supposed to come, but he had to cancel.
Oh, man.
If
Are
they
you
come
kidding?
again,
Could
I'll
you
let
imagine
you know.
sparring him, man? Could you imagine how bad he'd just like handle you
Dude,
around?
It'd be
Like,
cool he'd just show you like some few
Oh, it'd
tricks
be
that
awesome.
change your shit. I would imagine.
he could probably just do anything he wanted with you though.
It's
crazy how good he is.
Yeah, it's the same way with like a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Like
Okay,
stand-up
yeah.
guys can kind of do that same shit.
Right.
Like they make you
Think of
put
that,
you
yeah.
in traps that you don't even know what the fuck you're in.
Yeah, and they'll probably let you like do stuff and then get out of it like nothing and just like, oh
Yeah, you're
yep.
thinking like one step ahead, and they're like 3 or 4 ahead of.
Mm-hmm.
So they're winning that game.
Mm-hmm.
What did who fought? Haggerty. I'm trying to think of who just fought. Oh, Joe Schilling and Luke Rockhold. And Luke ended up catching Schilling with a hook on the inside and fucking dropping his ass. It was karate combat. That's what was kind of cool.
Okay. I think I did see that. I think I saw you. Didn't you do something
I
on
think I
Facebook with
posted
that? Yeah.
And then who? Oh, Holtzkin. He lost his. I think you might have came over for that one. It was like a year or so
Yeah,
ago.
at your old house on the
Uh-huh.
Falto. Yeah.
He ended up losing his.
Yeah, he didn't
fight.
look very good.
Mm-mm. But he's
I haven't
still,
heard a lot about Foreskin in a while.
I think
How's
he's
he doing?
been chilling.
Yeah. He retire, you think?
I think he's
He's gaining
probably
on 40.
towards the end. You'll probably see him do some more like fights against older guys. But
He's scary.
yeah,
he hits
his
so
style
hard.
is my favorite.
He hits so hard.
Just hit that good like front leg check, and then he'll just like walk you down until he can dig you to the body and fuck you up. And then if you like do try to make distance, he hits you like spin side coming off.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, my favorite fight of his is when he beats Raymond Daniels, because he was like, Raymond was so flashy and had all the spin kicks and cool shit, and he just like would eat them and then just keep walking them, and then slowly, and finally he just ended up walking through them and getting them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nicky Foreskin.
Yep. He's got some nice tattoos.
Yeah, he was like when I first was getting into kickboxing, probably my favorite, and then once I found Haggerty changed the game a little bit.
K1 had a lot of like great champion characters. Like there was like superhero character kind of thing, like almost like Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
Each
yeah.
one, like each champion, like it had a character persona to him.
K1 and Pride, they were both kind of like that. They had some odd like matches, and the guys were different.
Mm-hmm.
And
And they came from different countries too, so different cultures, very different cultures was cool.
it's crazy to watch the Muay Thai fights where they do like their dances, like the little
Those are
ritual
cool.
thing before.
Mhm. I think Muay Thai is probably my favorite martial art out of all of them. The one that I like the most.
There's something about
It's very brutal.
there's something I grew up grappling, but it's like I still think fucking Muay Thai and kickboxing. I just love watching it. Like I was watching Glory had prelims on today. I don't know. I couldn't find where to watch the main card, so I watched the prelims. But it was just two dudes scrapping for I think like by second round he threw like 170 strikes, and I was like, you'll see that in like a whole fight in MMA, but there's no groundwork, so it is just kind of in front of each other, fucking throwing to create openings and shit. Because you can't like fake it. You can't level change. Like a level change doesn't do the same thing in kickboxing it does in MMA.
Right. Was it kick? So it wasn't Muay Thai. It
It
was
was
kickboxing.
kickboxing, but it was Glory. So Glory has like old K1 rules. So there's like not heavy clinch, but you can like throw a knee off of like a quick if you grab each other or something like that. But you can't like hold for more than like 3 seconds or something.
Andy Hug. What was his name? Andy Hug. Andy. He had the axe kick, and
Oh fuck! I know what you're
K1.
Uh-huh.
He was scary, man. He died young. I think he had cancer, but yeah, I think
There's like certain guys that had certain
look
kicks
him
that
up.
were just deadly. What was
his
name?
axe kick was so pretty. Andy Hug, I believe.
I'm gonna grab a drink other than
Okay.
Kimmy.
Yeah, Andy Hug. He was from Switzerland. He died in 2000. 35. But yeah, look at this. Like his axe kick was
Oh,
like
shit.
that. Yeah. Very pretty.
In that last podcast, Brian is talking about your axe kick at one point.
Yeah, that's like that was my bread and butter. Cause I was just flexible. Just wing your leg
That's what he
up.
said. He's like, and then in those long fucking legs, he's like,
do have
he
long
throws that
legs.
fucking axe kick. And I was like,
Or any of them.
Oh yeah, that's what I think I said.
I do
"Hey,
have long legs.
You got to get past your fucking kicks to get to you, and that's not the fun part. You usually got to eat one of them first.
Yeah. That was one thing I enjoyed. Taekwondo was fun. I liked that.
How old were you when you got into that?
I don't know. I guess
I say when I met
before
you,
I
you were
before
kind
I-
of in the getting out of it when I met you.
getting
you
out
were
of
still
it. No, I'm
stretching?
still in it.
You,
I'm
so
still into it.
yeah,
still
no, when I met,
whenever
I say when we started becoming like really close, you were getting out of it.
Yeah, because I remember that on the Iditarod was kind of whenever because we were like, because we both just found out that Cody also went to Paisaw. And I was, Cody goes to Paisaw? And then we kind of became friends, and I realized Cody was a couple belts ahead of me. And then I believe I kept going after that for a long time.
I said because it was like 8th.
Even after I knew you, I kept
I'll say
going.
it was like 8th grade probably when
Yeah.
you were slowing down at it, I think.
Yeah. I don't know what, like, probably like 10 to 14.
10 to 14.
10 to 15 maybe.
Yeah, because you were still like crazy flexible, and
Well, yeah.
we'd still box in the basement and do crazy shit.
Mm-hmm. I made it to red too, almost a brown belt. Like that would have been my next, so almost a black, 2 away from black belt.
And then
It's fun.
yeah,
I like it.
I do like some good taekwondo sparring. Going
I
against
like
the
all
black
that.
belt sucks.
Yeah.
When I can't use my jab to sit anything up.
Yeah. No punches, pretty much.
Yeah, I really want to get back into at least some kickboxing. Like I said we've been doing MMA, but the kickboxing is fun, and I just miss it at Paisaw a little bit.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, since Gavin's into it, and then Ezra, I'm sure Ezra will probably like it too. So you're just gonna keep staying in it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Training at home is probably gonna be a big thing. We got all the shit here to do it. Me and Gav have slowly been getting into it.
I mean, I feel like you guys have been into it for a while, not slowly.
He's like getting
really.
more into like wanting to just like come out here and train randomly and stuff. Like,
how old is he? 12?
Yeah, he'll be 12
So 11
next month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so young. He's already
I know.
so good. So yeah,
That's what.
you really start getting good once he gets to like 16. And
Yeah, he hasn't
if
even hit
just keeps
puberty yet.
practicing. Yeah, that's all that matters.
Just keeping him.
You don't gotta be the best. That's what I used to care about. Like, you gotta be the best. If you're not, then screw it. But it's like, who? No.
That's what I've been
That's
trying
not
to
the
not
way.
show him you got to be the best, but it's
Not at all.
it's really about just putting in the work and having the pathway, and then it's not too bad. I think I think he'll be good at it as long as it's what he wants to do.
Right.
I'm just trying to keep him passionate about it, and not like burning him out or not forcing him into it, kind of.
Isn't that like his favorite thing though, right now?
Yeah, he's good. Like I said, right now he's doing basketball and kind of doing some basketball practices. He's playing on like a rec team with his buddies.
Cool.
And I'm like I was in basketball, but I was opposite. I went from being into basketball to martial arts, and he said,
Whatever.
I think he still knows he's wanting to wrestle. I told him realistically, I'm like your chances of making it as an NBA star with where you are compared to your chances of making it fighting or like with martial arts is you have the one's a lot more easier of a path. The other one is you're
Depending
fighting
on
against a lot more odds.
Yeah.
He could do something in NBA, but I mean, there's really not a lot of
But even if he
the
just
odds.
likes basketball more,
Yeah. That's what.
at the end of the day, it's
That's why I would let him do basketball. If he really wanted to
Yeah.
do basketball, I wouldn't force it because I think you'll always find his way back to martial arts. I just always tell him it's not so much
not
choose.
that I'm saying. I think he'll
choose.
enjoy MMA more.
Yeah, same.
But
I just think I don't know how to. I don't want to force him into it. But I would let him play basketball. But I try to express to him that you can always play basketball when you're older, kind of, or like find a team to play
definitely
on.
easier on you.
But to find somewhere to wrestle when you're older is very hard. Like it's hard to get good
It's
at
not an old
wrestling.
man sport.
Yeah,
right?
and
I
it's
mean,
hard to
you
find
don't
somebody
do
that will teach somebody that hasn't grown up wrestling. Like to somebody, like where can you just go? Like, hey, I want to learn.
for an old man. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I want to start.
Like if
wrestling.
even you right now, like if you wanted
Right.
to learn wrestling, like where would you go around? Like I know
Okay.
the Wolves Den has a
Right.
wrestling
Okay.
class, but not too
it's
many.
a young man's game kind of thing.
Yeah, you either gotta. Most of it is you're learning at a college level or a high school level, or you grow up
Or
in
a lot
club wrestling.
earlier.
But after that, there's not unless you're already an established wrestler. There's not really a whole lot.
Makes
Your
sense.
best
Never
bet's
thought of
jujitsu, and then finding a school that also has a wrestling class. But to find a wrestling program that takes in like adults is very.
that. So your best bet would more probably just knowing someone that's good at wrestling that would teach you how to wrestle.
Yeah,
One-on-one
later
kind of
on,
thing.
yeah, you don't want
Or
to
in
hire a
jiu-jitsu.
private coach, basically.
Like
and
somebody that's trained
like-
jiu-jitsu that knows how to wrestle.
like
and they're
Dustin. Dustin would be perfect for that.
Yep, wrestling's hard. I don't know anything about wrestling.
Wrestling's
That's
like
crazy.
jiu-jitsu is hard. Wrestling is
That's
hard.
crazy.
Wrestling's a different level of hard. It's just way more aggressive hard. Jiu-jitsu's hard. There's different
Skillfully
styles.
wise, but wrestling seems like just like
Wrestling's very
brute-
clash. It's just like
brute power.
yeah, aggression against aggression for 6 minutes, and who can oppose their will on the other guy. Jiu-jitsu is a lot of imposing your will too, but I feel like wrestling's way more. It's like making that guy's body do what you want it to fucking do.
Those guys are crazy. It's crazy. It's so impressive.
Yeah, I have
that
like the
Kremlin
utmost
guy.
respect for wrestlers,
Yeah, I mean you're one too, but yeah.
especially when you find somebody's a good. Just knowing
It's
somebody's a
crazy,
wrestler, they have my respect. When you find somebody's a good wrestler, like they were state, like all growing up, you're kind of like, there's something special about you,
Right.
probably. You got
Same
like a
with like
different
Golden
gear.
Glove boxers too.
Golden Glove's a little
Once you
different
get
though,
Golden Gloves.
because Golden Gloves it is prestigious, not taking anything away from it, but you can become there's multiple Golden Glove tournaments, and all you have to do
It's win.
is win in your bracket, and you're technically a Golden Gloves
So you
champ.
can have a bad tournament where there's like not a lot of great guys.
Yeah,
in
or it could be like St. Louis holds one. Like
Yeah, but I've been to that one, and those guys are
No, I'm
they're
not-
like little Mikes.
that's what I'm
little
saying. I'm not
Tysons,
saying they're not, but I'm saying
I have been to that one.
it's more of like saying you're a world champion kickboxer, but you're not competing in like 1 or K1. Like you're doing like it's badass,
Still yeah,
but
I mean, yeah.
it's one of those things that's good to have on your record.
Mhm.
But it's easier to it's an easier thing to
It's not
compete
crazy
at
uncommon.
than what people think when they hear it.
Yeah, because anyone can join the competition to become a Golden Gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
It's
the
not
best-
like a world
it's the best
champion
of the
where
open
you-
competition, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like a world championship to where you had to like make it to nationals and then make it to like that. But still fucking pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
don't
more or
know.
less like a regional best in the region kind of thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it would be cool to do
Because
one.
I mean,
I wouldn't
want
wanna do one now.
Was scary. He was like 180 and oof, he looked like Mike Tyson. He moves. He hit so hard and oof, so fast.
Yeah, I know one of the girls from Bethalto that was training MMA for a while. I think she's a purple belt somewhere in St. Louis, but she competed and ended up getting gold in her bracket, so she's
Cool.
technically a Golden Glove champ.
That's cool. The days of women not being able to whoop ass. are
They've
gone.
always been able to. They just never got the fucking credit that they deserved.
Yeah, and they didn't have the training as well. They weren't as
Nobody wanted to take
opened
it.
up to it. Yeah. Now
I
that
still
they have
feel
the
there's still
option,
like
yeah.
not as much with jiu-jitsu, but there's still some stigmatism to it kind of
Yeah, I'm
against
sure,
girl
yeah.
grapplers.
Oh yeah.
And then there's weird stuff. You get run into girls that won't train with men, which if that's not like I don't have a problem with that, but like where we've always trained, like there's girls and guys like mixing it up. It's not really a big deal. So it's weird when you run into somebody
That's
that's
kinda
weird
weird.
about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, there also I get it. Like there's certain guys like if I was a girl, I wouldn't want to fucking roll with. Like dude's a creep or fucking.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Like I remember some little kids popping boners and wrestling and rolling with girls. Like not gonna name any names on here,
That's
but
funny.
I know if anybody on the wrestling team is listening, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah, I told that wrestling story about our lower guy chugging the water too the one time. I think I told it on Steven's podcast on My Curious Minds
What happened?
about how like we're on the way to a tournament and one of our lighter guys is like cutting weight and it's like anybody got a water
Oh
bottle
yeah,
spit
dude.
in?
That's so
Trugs the fucking water.
Just spit into it.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Like normally we just
That's
spit
the
into
dumbest
it.
thing ever. Who did that?
Like we would
Was
spit.
that, fucking Cody Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that match the description
funny.
that you thought?
Yeah, pretty much
Yeah.
same. That's funny.
No, Tori he'd do some funny shit. Like at state, he was like cramping real bad, and he's like, Coach, you think they have any you think the Mex have anything? So they had him go up, and his dumbass didn't know what Vagisil was. They had him go up and ask for some Vagisil, and everybody laughed at him,
That's
bro.
awesome.
He's always fucking setting himself up for jokes.
That's so funny.
But I haven't seen him in a minute, but I always love when I run into him. He's like one of those, brings back good memories.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of goofy times.
Yep.
Cody's going to be fun to have on. He's going to remember some stories I don't, probably.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah. I'm the worst storyteller.
I say you never got to go to his... You didn't go to his scrap, did you, in high school when we all left for lunch? That was a good one.
No, I always heard about that. Who was it against?
It was against Max.
Okay. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Nice.
It made the YouTube rounds, and then it made it to the principals. Somehow
sure
he
it's
didn't.
gotta be
Somehow
out
his
there
parents
somewhere.
didn't get called though. I don't know how. He had that cut on his forehead, and he just said that we were wrestling around outside of the activity bus, which actually was like a common thing in the fucking lobby at the school.
I feel like Tony probably would be proud anyways. I mean,
But
Tony
yeah,
did
he'd have
that
like
probably
disciplined
1,000
them and then
times,
like took him outside and like, "You win."
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Dude, I
And
wish
then Don would be
I
like,
wish that
"All right."
video was still on YouTube. That is like one of my favorite.
Someone's got to have it if they didn't delete or get rid
They
of
made
their
him
phone.
delete it off YouTube, but I'm sure someone.
That's
It's probably on an
always-
old
that's
flip phone that
always-
don't work somewhere.
Mm-hmm. I feel like there's always.
But I remember like they
remnants.
like kind of circled that first little leg kick, fucking lands, and he kind of smiled at Cody. And by the time he smiled, the second leg kick, like with all the torque, the first one was just like kind of measuring distance, and Cody found it, and yeah, he just like kind of smirked, like, "Oh, that didn't hurt." And then the second one like dropped, and you just seen the facial expressions like just disappear. And he's like, "Oh fuck!" And then after that, it's pretty much Cody's fight. And
What Cody just.
they
take
ended
him
up like
down, or-
clashing, like, and I think he came down on top of Cody, and that's where Cody got cut when they fell back, like an elbow slit like Cody, and then he ended up like doing an awesome guard, like over under where he couldn't do anything. Took his back, put him in a rear naked, and like was putting him out, and they broke it up. He's like, "No chokes, you're gonna kill him." You know how that shit goes. Everybody's fucking retarded. So we're like, "That's bullshit. Like he just fucking won the fight." But they're like, "No, stand it back up." So they stand up. I think Cody took him down again, and then Cody like got his back and just like was headbutting him and got him out,
Nice.
headbutting him, and he ended up giving up. And I
Way to
remember like
go,
everybody's
Cody.
kind of like wanting to get feisty, and we had like I don't remember who it was like somebody wanting to fight, like one of the, and we had little Joe Warren with us, and Joe Warren's like somebody say something about wanting to fight, and everybody's like, nope. He was one of those guys that had an extra gear in him. Like I watched him beat some big dudes. Like in wrestling, I watched him kick ass, but in like fighting, they used to do those cornfield fights, and he fought all those big football fucking boys, and he weighed 135 pounds, 140 pounds, and just would fucking low single him, get him to the ground, and ground and pound him the fuck out, dude. It was like my favorite. It
I
was like
remember hearing
your
about him.
typical like, this is what wrestling does.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the fun days. Cody's one street fight, I think. We'll see when he have
That's
one if
probably
he's
gone
had
for
any more. I
that,
think it's
too.
his one
That one.
that I know of.
Yeah.
Well, we've almost got into it with some people several times, but
I've never really been in a good fight.
yeah,
I've been in a couple fights, but nothing really happened. No good lands or anything cool. It was really ugly. I was so drunk.
a lot of chaos.
why.
It's usually that's how it is, especially when everybody's drunk. It's
Swinging
just
hard.
chaos.
I remember the guy when I was done. He's like, "Man, if one of those would have landed, you really would have whacked him good, but you couldn't hit him for shit."
It's like a bad dream where you can't hit
Yeah.
the fucking person.
For real, yeah.
Dude,
The
the
cops
one,
came and took all the other guys away. It was army guys versus like Hawaiian dudes, and then they took all them away. We're like, we didn't do anything. I
yeah,
was like breaking into hotel kitchens and stealing percolators and stuff before hiding them in the bush. That's funny.
that's fun. Yeah, I haven't. It's been a long time since I've been in one.
Yeah.
My last ones weren't really. Neither of them were really like bad scraps. The one was me and the one dude at the float trip where we both found out each other trained. We're like halfway through the fucking.
Is that the one that Colton was talking smack on?
No,
Different guy?
that's a different. We just something happened with our group at the float trip between our groups, and the drunk kid was mad. Well, I was like walking by with one of my friend's sisters, and he the kid's like was just staring me down, And I was like, what the hell are you looking at, bro? You got a problem?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like immediately started cocking back, and his butt, like the big guy in the group stepped in. He was like probably 200 something. He's a pretty decent sized dude. He stepped in and was like, hey man, he's drunk, he don't mean any problem. Well, the guy still keeps talking shit as they're walking off. And I was like, well, how about you have fun on your float trip instead of going to the hospital? And I set the big dude off when I said that. I didn't know it was his brother-in-law, so I guess he's like being protective. So this big dude like comes charging at me and like chest bumps me and was like, I fucking trained jiu-jitsu and kickboxing. I'll kick your fucking
I'll
ass.
let you know that real quick.
And I was like, I'm pretty, dude, I was about 400 milligrams edibles in and been drinking a little bit. So I'm fucking like too loose. I'm too loose to be fucking fighting. But you know me, so I don't know when to keep my mouth shut. So I was like, oh yeah? I was like, well, I don't see any cauliflower ears, so you must not be very fucking good. And he was like, the reason I don't have cauliflower ears is because I'm fucking good. And then bum rushes me, bro. So like, I like get an over under and we're like fighting. I'm fighting his big ass and I like get my hip in. And I don't know why I love a good hip toss, but when a guy's that much bigger, should not be hit. So I go in for the hip. I hip in for the hip toss and like lift him a tad bit. Well, he does train because he knee picks me. He counters and knee picks my hip toss, and we go sliding through the gravel. Well, then he's like digging the mount. He's like trying to knee up the mount, and my feet are just in gravel. And every time I try like sliding out to get half guard or something, my feet just lose its grip and he just keeps remounting me. And like I'm waiting for him to drop like a fucking huge elbow on me, but he's trying to punch choke me, and he's like, I told you I fucking train, bro. And I start laughing on the bottom, like I'm worried about getting my fucking face beat in, but I'm laughing at the same time. And I was like, I grab his like blocking his choke, and I'm like, bro, I was like, you obviously train. I said, you're fucking trying to put a punch choke on me. I'm like, how are we gonna handle this? Because like we're kind of stalemate. I mean, he's got the upper hand on me, and now his friends have all surrounded us. And he's like, if I let you up, promise, like you won't hit me. And I was like, no, dude, like we're good. If you let me up, we're good. So he lets me up, and he like tells all his friends like, nobody fucking touch him. Like while he's getting up. So I get up, and we like shook hands, and like both just walked back to our campsites, and that was that. Except the girl I was with, she got into it with another girl in the group, and she hit the girl with her fucking big ass tumbler full of like her big drink, and I guess didn't think the girl was gonna, or maybe she thought I was gonna finish the girl, but she bopped this girl upside the head, and that girl grabbed her hair and just repeated uppercuts. So like I'm fighting like the girl I was with was getting fucked up. So I get done.
Who was that? Who's the girl?
Isringhausen's little sister. Yeah, she's like 3 or 4 years younger than us. You probably wouldn't recognize her.
Well, yeah, if you do that, you deserve it.
But yeah, so she had like cut on her eye, and then her boyfriend got all mad because he thought I had something. I don't know. Everybody's drunk, and it was chaos. But so all fucking weekend, Trent Tucker's like, come on, Devin. He's like, you're 0-1 on the river, buddy.
Oh my God.
But it's the first time I've ever ran into somebody else at trains in a street fight, so it was a very it was kind of comical at the same time, just because we both just like shook hands and went our separate ways after like, cool man, sorry that had to happen.
It's funny.
It was better than getting a fucking elbow to the face, or like it escalating, because I was probably gonna get stomped by about like 6 dudes is what was about to happen.
That would have been fucked up. They did that.
That's what was gonna. Our whole campsite was gone, dude. It was just me and that girl versus their whole fucking group.
Where'd everybody go?
I don't know. We were trying to go find them when it happened, like figure out where everybody went from our campsite, because we thought
was it dark out or light out?
It was not. It was nighttime. It was the night before our float trip.
What did you do after that? Did you keep like partying, or did you go to bed?
They went and partied hard because they were like 3 campsites down.
The girl that got her fucking jet.
No, she was with us. She was in our group.
Okay.
But she went to bed and went to the ER the next day and got stitches. But the group that fucking I got into it with, they're like 4 down, and I'm like sleeping all night, dude. They were playing "The Boys Are Back" by Dropkick Murphys. The boys are back, and like just fucking slamming beer and having like the best time. And I was just like taking my loss in my
That's funny.
But it was all right. Like I said, it could have been worse. And then, that's my only. That I count that as an L. It wasn't a full fight, but it didn't escalate as far as it could have went, which is a good thing. And then I got hit behind the ear one time at a bar and fucking hit
Was that macaronis?
Yeah, and my legs went nudie. Luckily, I got an over-under on the guy and pulled him down, like, with me, and then I was, like, working a triangle when we got ripped apart. But I had a good wrist control, and with a triangle leg up, like, he couldn't get a punch off from top.
Was that with Luke Brown?
Yeah, that was a good time. That was another crazy time. Whiskey.
She'll get you.
I said, other than that, my other shit's just been, like, confrontations, kind of. Like, I had a dude that was, like, about to beat on his girlfriend that one time. Carrie, like, he wasn't, like, about to hit her, but they were arguing, and he was, like, threatening her, and we just happened to be walking out of the bar at the same time, and Carrie, like, can't let that shit go. She's like, so I had to fucking hold the dude.
Back her up.
Yeah. I had to snatch him up on his tippy toes in a rear naked.
You got on his back?
No, dude, I came up behind him, like, while he was fucking sassing off, and I just fucking, tucked one wrist behind his back, and then fucking put one around his throat and rear naked and lifted him all the way up. So he, like, he was, like, on his tiptoes, like, about to be choked. And I wasn't squeezing yet. And then Carrie got in his face and was like, you feel like a tough guy now.
Dang. Tag team.
Yeah. It would have been pretty funny if she'd have hit it. He'd have just...
Then you just, like, tighten it down real quick.
But, yeah,
Forget
he went, like,
everything
helpless, bro. I thought he was going to resist.
Oh, yeah, I remember you said that.
Yeah, like, usually when you grab somebody in, like, jiu-jitsu, like, or wrestling, when you're arm barring somebody and you're fucking, like, got your arm around their throat, like, they're going to resist. This guy, like, limp noodled, bro, like, helpless, like a little fucking... Like, Ezra puts up more of a fight changing his diaper than this guy was, like, putting up a fight. He just, like, knew when he was done. I think it did. But, and he was a weak man, so that's probably why.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
So, you're going to be fucking door dashing?
We'll see.
You think?
I don't know.
What would you like to do? Is there anything that
I don't know.
would be a cool summer job?
I've been applying to, like, home health shit and...
It's more medical shit.
Yeah, medical stuff and cooking jobs. So we'll see how that goes.
Get a fucking zipline job. Shaka brah.
But I don't know if I can do that.
No, dude. Don't do that.
I can't put up with them people.
Trying to think of something that would be chill.
Get me into Subaru.
Subaru?
Yeah.
How's a fucking...
Tell Ivan I need some tech job.
Need a tech job. Put me to the top, Ivan. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what a good summer job is. If I own my own fucking glass company, I'd fucking just have you work for me. Eventually.
That'd be nice.
When I'm older. When the kids get older, I think I'm gonna start it.
You can see yourself doing that?
Well, like we won't need in our vacation time as much, or like I can get my own insurance. I don't need to like all that the extra benefit shit that by then. And Carrie should be done with her accounting stuff, to where she'll be pulling the bread, and I can be the fucking slacker.
Yeah, that sounds
glass slacker.
I can see
or
it.
if martial arts, I would really rather just fucking do this podcast. To tell you the truth, that's the fucking.
That'd be tight.
This interview.
Get that merch going on.
Yeah.
You'd let me be the fucking Jamie.
Jamie,
let me be Jamie.
Be dope. Yeah, eventually, it'd be cool if it took off. They say like 5 years of doing anything consistently is once you start to see benefits from it. And this is just fun as fuck. So. And it's an excuse to hang out with friends.
I know, it's cool.
Like, Carrie would never let me just chill. But when it's
funny, though.
You
say more, too, though, whenever you got the mic on you. For some reason.
Me?
No, anybody. I even find myself saying more.
I know. Usually I'm...
things you wouldn't say.
Well, and you leave your phone alone and fucking...
Yeah.
That's what my problem is. I'm on my phone half the time. I'm, like, halfway listening to people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it'd be tight.
But yeah, I've got ideas for other podcasts. Like I said, the movie one would be
just make it all into one.
Well, my studio, I can like.
I listen to podcasts where they do all kinds of shit.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, I could do that.
Supernatural.
But I mean,
occult,
just the name.
UFOs.
My name kind of is pretty like combat.
Yeah.
But like my studio has the opportunity, like I can host multiple podcasts through it. So. But I guess I got enough. Cody's a fucking movie nerd too. I got enough
Big
friends
time.
that are fucking movie heads.
Yeah.
We're just not big on like the cinema. Like those guys I was friends with in North Dakota.
Like picking
They
all
knew
that
like
shit.
they knew like what type of fucking film they use,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know. I don't know that shit. I just like watching movies.
It's
You know?
interesting though that. Yeah, that's cool that they like it that much.
And they were. That's where I learned a lot. I learned a lot from those dudes. Like
Mhm.
they're fucking interesting. I
When
probably,
they
you know, what would
weren't
be cool
fucking-
is I have like the opportunity to like video with people. I could probably get a hold of one of them and fucking do one with them.
Mhm.
But they know too much to where it's like sometimes they just nerd out, and sometimes I'm like lagging behind. But that would probably be
It's
good.
just all just not like blah blah blah.
So yeah, some of it I don't understand, like
Just get
the
to
lingo.
the point.
But they're
That's crazy that they know that much.
like the one guy, he goes and revisits like places they shoot movies. Like once
That's
that's
cool.
where
That'd
he
be
takes
fun.
his vacations and he takes pictures.
Mhm.
Like he's got a group of like guys that do the same thing and they all travel together and shit.
That's cool.
I always like
I'd like
stay
to
up to
do
date
that.
on his shit.
Mhm.
That was kind of the same. I was the same there. Just I was the funny, chill guy that everybody fucking
Got along.
that flew under the radar a little
Uh-huh.
bit.
Yeah. It's the way to be.
Dude, that was one of my favorite jobs, working in the movie theater.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah.
Owning a movie theater would be cool too.
That'd be cool.
I think starting a drive-in would be dope.
Yeah.
I don't know how you
think
could do
people
it
would
out
go
here.
though?
Don't
like a
well
lost
they
art.
do. Litchfield has one, and fucking Belleville has one that's been around forever. I think around here would do okay if you did one. It just the Grafton floods so much, but that it would be hard opening something up there. But you could do something farther this way,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. Grafton's
but
a good
you-
location though.
I don't know how like frugal it is though, because you have to pay for movie rights to show the movies.
Yeah, you probably don't make a lot of
And you
money.
really only make. That's why movie concessions are so fucking
Yeah,
high,
yeah,
because that's
sell that
they
pop-
don't make
that
ticket
pea
money.
corn.
Yeah, that booty popcorn.
Oh, you got booty on it?
I used to double butter the fucking shit when I'd make
Devin,
it. I'd double oil it.
you did
Nobody
not.
complained. I probably gave some heart attacks.
You didn't double butter.
You know what I was also bad about?
What?
I would, so like if the candy was damaged, you could just have a bag. Well, sometimes I'd damage a bag.
Oh, yeah. And the
I'd say,
nachos
"God
too,
damn it."
right?
Well,
Didn't
yeah.
you do that with the nachos?
No, this was my classic go-to is they finally started inventorying the. Well, I'll just show you. So what I was doing is when I make pretzels and like little shit like that, we were just grabbing them out of the box and putting them in, and you're
Uh-huh.
supposed to put so many. I'd throw like a couple extra in, and I'd eat those couple extra. So then the managers,
Okay, I got
so
it.
then the managers start having us inventory the bags to where like
gotta
you put
count
6 in a bag, and now when you're making it, you just grab the bag and dump the bag in. There should be the right amount. But they had me putting them in the bag.
So you're putting
So every
extra-
few bags, I'm putting an extra one or two in. I was always doing like stupid shit
That's
like that,
awesome.
dude.
Smart. So you just snag a couple when you were
Oh yeah,
loading
when I
them?
make them, are you just?
What if you grabbed a bag that only has a 6 or any of that?
No, then I'm that's what it's making. I
grab
don't get an
another
extra.
bag?
But I'd divvy it out. I'd share it with the people so they wouldn't rat on me.
Okay.
You know, you got to have everybody
Yes.
involved in your shenanigans so everybody goes down.
That's funny.
Trying to think. Yeah, that place was pretty fun. That's actually what got me good at a little better at talking to people and customer service, is having to
Mm-hmm.
like make people like just experience in the line a little faster. And we had like the reward system started when I was working there, and if you took first, you got so many extra hours or pay, or there was some reward thing for signing everybody up. And the first week they did it, dude, I blew everybody out of the water, like by a massive amount of sign-ups, got my reward, and then I didn't sell shit after, because I was like, I'm good. I ain't really pressing anymore. And everybody's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I just wanted to show you guys, like, I could beat all you guys, but I really don't care now. I just wanted to prove my point.
What were you doing that made so many people sign up?
Just being cool and, like, not.
So
like,
you stopped being cool?
I'd make it. No, I just wouldn't. I wouldn't make it, like, hassle-some, or, like, I'd be like, if you got, like, 30 seconds, I can put you in. Instead of being like, I'm going to need your email and that,
Making it sound
I'd just
like
be like, it's going to be quick.
blowing shit, smoke up the rat. Yeah.
And then I also would sign, like,
Couple.
well, I like I used my email to create an account. I think I used Catherine's email. I used like multiple people's like email in my life.
Smart.
I created my mom an AMC account. Bree probably an AMC account. Like
That's awesome.
that's how you win.
Hey, what was the price?
It wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't do it again. I don't think. The benefits of that job were getting to go to movie premieres early, like you'd see Star Wars early, the Avengers early, so before everybody else could get to, and then when on your days off you could just come in and watch as many free movies as you wanted.
Be cool.
So I watched, if there was anything out, I fucking watched it. Blade Runner 2 came out while I was there.
I haven't watched it.
You still haven't seen? You've seen the first one, right?
None of them.
None of them. That's one that's worth watching.
Yeah. I gotta pee.
You gonna take a tinky?
I gotta go bad.
Take a tinky. Oh, tinkle some Michael. We're back from our pee break talking some deep conspiracies. Yeah, you guys just missed some deep shit. We'll have to save it for another one.
Deep fakes.
We were talking about Alex Jones and Bill Hicks being the same.
Yep.
The
Dono taught us that one.
The
Guru G.
The rich bankers ruling the world.
Rothschilds.
The gay frogs.
Yep. Turn them gay.
How Hollywood is the devil. Bro, speaking of, which I do agree, there is like a very dark agenda in Hollywood, but I guess it was last Easter, I went to this church with my mom. She invited me to church on Easter, and like I grew up in church, so I'm cool, but this was the most hellfire, brimstone, should have been a tent revival, bro. It was funny though, because I didn't think it was real. Carrie got up and like walked out. Yeah, because I was like, it's gonna be, she's like weary of church anyways. She kind of
smart.
She didn't really grow up in it. She finds it weird. But so when she has to come to something, she's a little like, eh.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I took her to this one. She was not about it. But he started going on his first opening. This is Easter, by the way. So not everybody's your followers. A lot of family and a lot of outsiders come on Easter. Usually it's just about bringing them in. Yeah.
Get them in there, baby.
But this guy was trying to exorcise the fucking demons, son. He was like, Hollywood's the devil. Gays are the devil. He was like going deep, bro. And I'm like, wait, this is an Easter service, right?
Am I at the right place?
Yeah, it was pretty bad, dude. I had to tell my mom. I was like, that was next to a tent revival. That was very close to the same thing. I feel like. That's
so Heather though.
The place they're going to now. We went this Easter, and it's definitely more chill. I felt like it depends on the preacher. I enjoy a good history if a guy takes interesting history approach.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what this guy did. He wasn't telling me I'm fucking gonna burn in an eternal pit if I fucking watch any Hollywood movie.
Wow.
But that was a fun time though. I was probably a little too stoned up for it too. I was like, what the fuck? Dude, stoned at church? It's fun. It's kind of fun, dude. It is the only way to go.
Don't go.
God put it on earth for a reason, and it was to smoke it before you go to church.
Bush, baby.
Yeah, you're right about that. Oh, so how's being an uncle?
It's nice.
Uncle Mikey.
She's precious. She's the sweetest thing.
They back home now?
No, they're still in Utah.
Utah?
Yeah.
You guys trying to get them to come
back? She's 8 months
back?
old. Yeah, she's coming home. I think she misses us.
Oh, are they actually coming home? Moving back home?
Try eventually. I mean, within the next couple of years.
That's cool.
Hopefully.
Hey, home is where you make it.
Huh?
Guy likes to see homeless naked. I don't know.
Goddamn, boy, everybody know that.
No, that's cool, man.
Yeah, she's awesome.
I was telling, our old buddy at Nissan,
Louie, dog?
Yeah, but it's been a long time since I've talked to his ass. But
Nelson knows Louie dog now.
Is he taking care of Lou's windshields?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was telling him how both of my sons take towards you. Even if you haven't been around for a long time, they're both just something about your vibe, I feel like you put off.
I try to be friendly to everybody.
It's probably the creeper mustache. Like, this guy's got a fucking...
yeah, well,
this guy's got
I'm
a van
equally
full of
creepy
candy
to everybody.
outside.
Yeah. So it kind of throws everybody off.
Yeah, I feel you. The mustache vibes.
It's a good.
You gotta be
vibe.
careful.
They're
what you're
in
driving.
now. Have you noticed?
they
I
are
went
in.
to the only time I've been to a bar in the last 2 years. I went to Grafton.
Which
Third
one?
shoot.
Third shoot, yeah.
Fucking 2 weeks ago for Taco Tuesday. Every guy in there had a mustache.
It is in right now. When I was thinking about shaving it, that's why I told Bree, and I didn't really know
It's
they're
a
in
good
either.
look. I still like it though, but yeah.
I'm digging it. It's a nice change.
Mhm.
You gotta call me sir.
You don't look like totally. I'm not. It's like kind of normal. Like I look at it's like not like
Well, I
surprising.
feel like
you know
that's
how
kinda
sometimes
how-
when people cut their hair and you're like, oh my god, you look totally different.
That's kind of
You
how it
don't
is
really
with
look
you.
different.
You have so many different phases that I've seen you in
Yeah.
throughout life that I feel like
Yeah.
I'm kind of used to all of them.
Yeah.
Like for people that haven't didn't know me when I was younger, that haven't seen me ever without a beard, I feel like it really threw those fucking people off.
Yeah. You look the same.
Eventually, I said something about shaving the mustache of it before I regrow the beard and
Still
going
wouldn't
back.
look that different.
I don't think it would either, but baby face. But I'm digging the mustache actually,
It's cool.
and it's
a nice
thick.
look.
Like yours is thick too.
Yeah.
I
yours
don't.
Thicker.
There's a lot of them
Yours is
little
higher.
pencil mustaches out right now.
Yeah, they just don't got the chops.
Yeah, this is more
It's
of.
not in their loins.
That's what my my buddy was like. What did he say? He said, "You going for Doc Holliday or Wyatt Earp?" I'm like, "This
I'm already
definitely,
there, baby.
this definitely Wyatt Earp." I said, "Doc had that thin."
Yeah. He was sickly.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to grow. Somebody said handlebars, but I'm not doing handlebars. I'm not a biker enough for that. I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm kind of digging where it's at. Bringing back the Burt Reynolds.
Uh-huh.
I need to get me a T-top fucking Trans Am, dude.
That'd be nice.
Get some
You
good
already got the
one-liners.
cowboy hat. You already got the one-liners.
Yeah, we're pretty much
You're
there.
yeah, you just need a
Dude,
T-top.
him and fucking Smokey and the Bandit in the first one. He's so
Jerry Reed?
not Jerry Reed, but Jerry Reed's
Me
in
and my
it.
uncle been talking about him. He's cool. He's like
I
as
was
cool as
thinking,
it gets.
what'd this motherfucker
He was
do?
the best guitar player.
Dude, his
so
music
good.
is so good.
He's so good at guitar.
Yeah, I've liked listening to some old Jerry Reed. But no, Burt Reynolds in that movie, he's so sly, dude. Just some of the shit he says.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was that sly in real life. I feel like he was
sure,
just
yeah.
playing himself in that
Oh,
movie.
yeah, that's how good actors are. Because they're just playing themselves.
Yeah, the good ones are.
Yeah. You better believe, yeah, he was definitely like that. And he was in fucking, what's it called? With Mark Wahlberg, where he's the porn star.
Oh, was it Boogie Nights?
Yeah, Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
He's like the same guy. It's just him older. He's like a horn dog.
Yeah.
Just a sleazeball. But in a good way.
Maybe
Well, not in a
that's.
good way, but not in a bad way.
I might have to, that might be my Halloween costume this year.
Him and Boogie Nights?
Smokey and the Bandit.
Okay, yeah. So with that cowboy hat and like a
I
up with
think a red button up. I think I got
half
the
of buttons
Wranglers
not
already.
buttoned,
Yeah,
buttoned
I need to.
here.
Yeah, I need to prime the chest hair. Maybe I'll fluff it a little bit.
Yeah, and then bell bottom blue jeans with boots.
Uh huh.
And then
Yeah.
whenever you get out of your car, you're just always jumping out of the window and shit. Whenever you pull up to the or the
Dude.
party.
We watched that movie in auto shop and drafting class all through high school. I shit you not, probably 20 times. That was the go-to
Don't
movie.
remember.
That doesn't surprise me. That don't.
Did we watch that in all those?
Didn't we had a few shop classes together? I know.
I know we had
didn't-
all of them together, but I don't remember watching that ever.
Yeah, because we did. We had drafting. That was the
We
time.
had electric. Wit.
No, yeah, you're
Wit
right.
And Nick Casper, because he was always fucking.
It was usually an auto shop. Remember when
Lawrence. That was Lawrence.
it was Lawrence and what was the drafting teacher?
I don't know.
I can't think of his name at this moment. Schroeder? Yeah.
Something like
Mr.
that.
Schroeder.
He's like 5 years older than us.
Yeah, but it was him and Lawrence split the class for some reason. He would teach sometimes and Lawrence would teach sometimes. And we watched Smokey and the Bandit, I know, 4 times that year.
That's funny.
But we all were
We
down
watched
for
it more than once in the same year.
Oh, yeah. If there
I
wasn't
don't know how I
something to
remember
do,
that
Lawrence
stuff.
would be like, we can watch these movies, and we usually chose Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh my god. I don't remember.
I still see him
for some
from time
reason,
to
I don't
time.
remember this.
Driving he still has that same blue Challenger. He goes and eats at Donut
Mhm.
King or Mr. Donut.
Yeah.
He's a cool dude.
Mhm.
I thought that would be a dope ass fucking job, dude. To get a job as an auto shop teacher.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
It'd be a cool
Any of
chill,
those. Any of
chill
those
for your.
back there, yeah. Because nobody bugs you.
Hmm.
It's not a real.
Yeah,
It's a
you don't
skill.
expect
It's not
too
a
much
real,
out of
like-
the kids. You're really the one that has to get like the oil changes and shit done. Because I mean,
Yeah.
you might have a few in there that are pretty grew up doing it, and their dads were like mechanics and shit.
Yeah, you always got,
But
like,
most
5
of them
in.
were like slackers like us who were just in
Yeah.
there to
Have fun.
yeah.
We still got our shit down, but yeah.
No, I slacked
the
a lot.
thing is-
Somehow I always get like auto shop. I didn't do too bad, but like Snyder's construction class, half the time I was doing wrestling stats. Like while you guys were working on shit, I'd be covering like the stuff that he'd be like, you want to catch up on stats? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
But that class was fun, dude. Remember when we built the fucking surfboards and
Mm-hmm. I think I still have mine and my dad's. Mine had the fins on it.
and we'd like lay out. We just keep acting like we're sweeping up the sawdust, and then we'd just be making like huge waves of sawdust to slide through. Yeah,
Throwing like the hammer up at the ceiling. And shit.
and we
Isn't
always
that what we
hide.
throw at the ceiling? A hammer?
We had something stupid, dude. We did so much stupid shit.
Yeah.
We'd always hide Godfrey's shit, piss him off. We had that substitute the one time we were building that play set, and we were all hiding underneath of it, fucking around like a bunch of little
yeah,
kids,
I
and then
remember
like the substitute had a meltdown on us.
I don't remember the meltdown, but I remember building the set. Yeah.
Dude, honestly, you know what I miss
Little shysters.
being old, that you can't. I mean, you can still do it, but now you got to do it like in a cycling group. It's just cruising around town on your BMX bikes and like just going and getting Taco Bell
If
and
you do
fucking
it now,
fountain
you look
sodas
like a
and
homeless
shit.
guy.
I know exactly, but that shit was so much fun, dude.
It was.
Now you gotta have a kid with you to make it look acceptable.
That's fine. Now if you get like a mountain or a street bike
That's-
or whatever, road bike.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
That's the only way. You gotta put on some fucking Lance Armstrong spandex and they'll accept
That's
it.
so funny.
Shit. Well, bro, got anything you wanna fucking say? Shout out
Not
before we
really.
hop off this bitch.
Nah.
Like I said, this was kind of was gonna be a watch show, but it turned into more of Mike Thompson interview while the fights were going on, which I'm cool with.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, let me make a plug here. Let's see.
A butt plug.
Let me make a butt plug real quick here. I'll mold her up for you.
I'm gonna give a shout out to my mom, Patty.
Yeah,
Hey, Patty
Mama
Cactus.
Patty.
And then Nelson, what's up, my man? And
Nelly
Nora.
Furtado.
Hey,
Nelson
Nora.
Biederman.
And Lily and Matt.
Bora Nora.
And that's about it. And my dad, hey, what's up, Nick?
Nicky Boo.
All right.
Nick No Pain.
No pain. Nick.
Remember when we used to come up with nicknames for your, like fight names
You
for your
did.
dad? Oh, I always have fight names for everybody.
Well, he was a fighter.
His is what you say.
Huh? Yeah, I forgot.
If anybody is wanting to get some merch, I posted it on the Facebook. The website is store.streamelements.com/thegenerationalcombatpod. We appreciate it. Gav will be back on this week, hopefully, if I don't keep falling asleep early, snoozing on everybody. And then I told Mike, I tried waking him up, and he was not about it. But
Yeah,
he's
I don't blame him.
11 years old, so I don't expect too much out of him. All right, bro. It's good having you on, man.
Yeah, it was fun.
We'll have to do it again. Maybe get some more mics, and we'll have a big group on.
That sounds awesome.
Good luck with your summer job. Maybe a paper route.
Ooh, that's a good
There you
idea.
go. I'm thinking lifeguard. You just show up with a resume.
I can't
Hold on.
swim.
Well, don't tell them that. Just show up with a resume and some Speedo on, bro,
Oh,
and be like,
that'll do it.
Christ
I fill out
Cross
a Speedo well.
extra
I
large.
got it.
All right. Thanks, y'all, for listening.
Bye.
Hey, to whoever may need this nugget of encouragement, things will be alright, so quit your worrying. I get it, the odds seem stacked back against the wall, but even consider it such, know you'll stand tall. Sat and watch from the sidelines one too many times. Wicked games we play make me wanna lose my mind. Found solitude, knowing it'll be over soon. Ever need a boost, count on me for the 1-2. Trouble don't last when the tough get going. Baby, all we do is win, so show me my opponent. Adversity, doubt, stress, could care less. Cause how we handle those like an S on our chest. Super proud of how we held it down on the way up. Can't wait for our day to ball, this is a layup. Nobody ever said this would be easy, but trust when I say that you got it. I know you've been looking for a breakthrough, trying our best to make do. Every day is something new, but change gon' come, oh yes it's true.